it's so crazy people still stuck in Patrick Mahomes in the offense. I'm like, do you see these numbers? This is Marcellus Wiley on the rocks. What's up, y'all? This is Marcellus Wiley, that dude. Welcome to episode 16.
Yeet.
On the rocks, in the building right now. Had an amazing weekend. Y'all looking at the coach of the year, even though we ain't won a championship. We won our playoff semifinal game without our best player. So, yeah. Okay. You happen to be my son, but, you know, it is. No, we won. I feel proud of that. Sometimes you got to hit yourself on the back. Who we got here? Special guest in the house.
What's up with it, man? It got Marshawn Beastmode Lynch in this motherfucker. What's happening? Is y'all PG or G?
Yeah, you can't curse.
No, you.
He's like, I'm out.
Right. No.
Oh, y'all getting fined?
Oh, no. Bring it on, man.
What's up, man? This is Donald Penn, man. Glad I got my boy up in here finally. What's up, man?
Yeah, we got to thank him.
I ain't your boy no more, dog. Now your man's is here.
I got him here. I just got him here. It's hard to get him here. I raised him well, man.
Oh, you got the S curl on today, the camera S.
That's what I said.
You got the whole Shalimar look going to the bar.
You know me, man. I like that I'm versatile. Unlike you, I could take my hat off or on.
Oh, that's a good point.
Okay, respect.
Hey, we did go out Saturday night, and I must say the overweight lovers in the house because this sucker there, they was on your head.
I was outside.
You were chilling. They wasn't chilling. They were hot on you.
I was outside. They was.
I was chilling, man. I was chilling.
Dry snitching.
Mom's getting sweaty and shit.
I don't dry snitch. I wet snitch. I be wet snitching.
I was definitely chilling. I had a good time.
I seen y'all come across the ESPN ticker. Y'all was out. Y'all was.
Man, you were supposed to show up though, but
I was supposed to show up. I don't be out.
Suggestions and stuff.
I was letting y'all know where to go.
He gave us stuff that wasn't even in LA.
Yeah, it's all right. I ain't gonna lie, that's Spawn Phoenix though.
You already know what it is.
Who that right there?
Already Hatch in the building. Let's go. We ready.
We back. New York City's finest. We here.
Yeah.
Richie P, straight from the south side of Chicago. Straight back from his spot, Berkeley.
Oh, you was in Berkeley seeing your daughter?
Yeah, they opened up outdoor season this weekend.
Is she running faster now? How's she feeling?
She's running great. Yeah. She came in 4th out of 44.
That don't sound great. So
4th out of 44?
I mean, you don't get a medal. You ain't even understand. I don't know if you 4th place. You ever go to a track meet and see 4th place?
What's wrong with you?
That's a yellow ribbon.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't want to race her.
Hell no.
I'll tell you that.
I got a better chance against her than the top 3. I'm sorry. I got to get started
on fire.
I'm on fire. No, congrats.
I don't like any of y'all.
Who we got in the back?
What's up, Terry Jingles, filmmaking extraordinaire in the house.
Yeah.
John Bodino, let's do this.
Let's do this. All right, let's get into it. Shoot, man. Little issue that happened since our last taping. LeBron James had to walk up on Stephen A. Smith and say, hey, partner, we got some kind of problem here. He had to hit him with the boy in the hood.
A problem.
And so it's kind of divided the sports world's reaction in terms of like what side are you on? And we don't really like to do the side thing. We like to do the nuance thing. But still, you either supporting LeBron in his efforts to protecting his son and his image, his name, or you like Stephen A. Smith. Hey, this is sports media. We criticize anybody and everybody. Maybe did Stephen A. Smith cross the line? I'm going to go to you first, Beast Mode.
I fuck with Brown. And I mean, it's a sticky situation.
Bring that up to you close.
I said it's a sticky situation because you still got, you feel me though, you still on daddy duty. And I mean, shit, I respect it, you feel me, because nigga, had I had a pops, nigga, nigga, run up on cuz and see what we talking about. Fuck it. If we gotta throw hands, we just gotta throw hands. You know what I mean? Fuck it. But that nigga hit him with the keep my son name out
your mouth.
Real.
That nigga with the wheel.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah. What you think of DP? You've been in this situation before, I'm certain.
Yeah, I definitely. I mean, Bron handled it, kind of respectful. His body language wasn't too bad, but I really like the way Steven came back and handled it. Like, he really, I didn't think he blasted him. He really, he really came back and was like, he came at me as a father. I understand that because I'm a father too. He could have took it another way and really been like, man, he could have did it this way, even though he did say that, but he could have came out first saying, hey, they could have reached out to me and did it behind closed doors or on a phone call. But he doesn't do his stuff behind closed doors.
Thank you.
And I felt like it needed to be said, and it wasn't like the media caught that. That was somebody, a fan in the crowd that caught that. So I think he did try to do it on the little slide tip.
Oh yeah, the slide tip in front of 20,000, right?
Yeah.
Slide tip.
Real quick. He kept it real quick though.
Chill.
But I do respect. I do got a little bit of respect for
Ari Emanuel.
I do got a little bit of respect for the way Steven handled it though.
I did. I didn't expect the high road the next morning.
I
I thought I was gonna get some smoke.
Exactly.
This your moment. Go ahead and gas this thing up, and he didn't do that.
Yeah, and I was really surprised about that. And I got a lot of respect. I got a little bit more respect for Steven. Hey, with the way he handled it. Go ahead, Hatch. I know you.
I'm just
you gonna
saying.
go.
I'm with, he did though. What are we doing?
He was clickbaiting the
What,
next day.
what are we doing? What are we doing? Why do I have to protect my son? He is a grown man. You're telling me that he can't handle what the media says
But
about him?
he doesn't get the media. He doesn't. How many times has the mic been in front of Bronny?
Bronny can go in front of ESPN.
Nigga, my mama gonna go to war, nigga. I don't give a fuck how old she is or how old I am. So if I got a pops, that nigga gonna do this. Well, he better do this.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would do it.
What we just, but now we're opening the door for all of these parents to start coming out and protecting their kids.
If you think that's bad, wait till you see Shador.
Right, it's about to get worse.
Deion already doing that.
It's about to get worse.
Deion ain't going for
But
none
what
of
are we
that.
talking about here? Are we talking about? You can answer, but I don't think LeBron was talking to him because his son can't take the criticism. I think he was talking to him because he's like, yo, you using my son to try to get to me, or because this is the reason why he says this. He's like, hey man, keep my son out of this in terms of he only got here because of me. And no matter what you think of his son in playing basketball, ain't a soul in this world could just make somebody get in the league. You got to do something, right? You got to do something. And he may not done a lot, but something. And now they're using that little bit. What other second round pick they talking about? What other pick 55 they talking about? Nobody. They just run with it and always try to bring Bronny into it.
So from a parent perspective, I respect it, but I still think it was weak because at the end of the day, he's a pro athlete. So LeBron knows how it go. Like this, I get it. From a father's standpoint, you want to protect your kid at all times, but he's in the league, so like that comes with it. Regardless of how good or bad you are, once you get into that, you got to take whatever criticism. And I don't even think
criticism.
I'm saying in regards to media, you got to. You can't control the media. You got
every
like
parent since till 2025. Right, from the last 40 years, but every parent has went through this, right? You've never seen another parent do this, so why is it okay for him to do it?
Because nobody else is getting manipulated like this. Look, I'm not saying that, but I wouldn't have
Okay,
done
I just
what
want to say
LeBron
this real
did.
quick because you said you think LeBron spoke up, not because Bronny needed it, but I think LeBron did it because he can't handle it.
That's what I
don't even think it phases Bronny.
LeBron looking for validation again from the media and from the fan base, which is ridiculous to me.
But didn't they send out a warning? Didn't Clutch
shots
reach out
fired
to
2
them?
weeks ago?
Yeah,
2 weeks ago.
And he didn't ease up.
Well,
Who are they to send out a warning?
This is who they are. Be real. But if you showing a LeBron James clip about LeBron James passing 50,000 points, and then in the background they showing Bronny getting waxed by Tyrese Maxey.
I mean, that's shady.
But that's what they've been doing.
I didn't see
Every
that.
time they talk about LeBron, they find a way because they know Bronny get clicks. Like Bronny got the #1 jersey sell in the whole league. Like they just finding ways, and he just like, dog, use me up or separate, use him up. But don't be using me to go get my son and vice versa. And that's what they doing. And that's why I think Bron was like, look, I'm 20 years in the game. You ever see me bitch about it? No, because I ain't tripping. But y'all trying to do this boy like that just because of me. You don't like me. You don't think I'm good as Jordan. That's fine. But now you're going to bring little man low lights, and they never show his highlights. They never show his He ain't got that.
He ain't got He got 6 points. What
They
highlights
don't
you
show
talking
G-League
about?
highlights.
Right.
So
No, but on the contrary, actually they do. And I was like, why are we showing this?
he's okay.
Right.
I'd be mad when they show that.
They just using him for bait.
I'm like,
bro.
well,
Is this confirming what Charles Barkley was saying?
Yes.
That ESPN is overly saturated with the Lakers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, we're the best team in the world.
No, you're
We're
not.
the best team in the
No,
world. We the
you're
legacy.
not.
We the legacy. We the blueprint. So look, we the blueprint.
So it's a couple things. ESPN is it seems like it's run by LeBron with NBA coverage,
Facts.
right? So I think Barkley was right. I think LeBron is absolutely protecting his kid, just like I do with mine. You know what I mean? But
would you do it that way?
But also, here's what if Stephen A. would have been like? What if Stephen A. would have puffed up and be like, "No, man, I'm gonna say
You ever
what
seen a puff pop?
whatever."
Yeah, exactly. Because that little, hey, LeBron towering over him. LeBron towering over him.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
You ever seen LeBron in real life?
LeBron did that.
Y'all
Towering over
You
him.
ever seen LeBron in real life?
but he's not.
I ain't puffing up.
He ain't gonna do nothing. He's not gonna.
He make you look small.
Yeah,
He's not gonna do nothing.
I know that, but that ain't the point of why you puff up or not.
I'm saying, what if he had just been like, "No, I'm gonna say whatever the hell I want to about your son." Now what?
You know why he didn't say
I
that?
respect
Because he
that.
knew that he had stepped in it before and ain't never been called on it by somebody right in his face, 6'8", 250.
Yep.
That, like,
Well, 6'8", 250.
6'8", 250.
Because Westbrook
He
parents did
walked
the same.
into LeBron's house. He's sitting there next to the bench. It took him 3 quarters. It was between third and fourth quarter when he walked up to him. Right, so he had been sitting
That
there.
shit was
LeBron
brewing.
was just
Simmering.
watching. No one
That
you're
shit was
there.
brewing.
Going, all right, I'm gonna say it.
See, you are
He's
wrong.
building it up.
You wrong like the media. Because listen, everybody was kind of like, yeah. How do you ever been in a game and then somebody hit you in the fourth quarter like, oh, there goes Steve. You be like, oh, you ain't even, he didn't even, you may not have known.
Man,
that
he's from
Stephen A.
courtside. Man,
courtside.
Brian know everybody on
Front row.
courtside.
You know everybody
Man, he
courtside in the first
Hey,
quarter.
if there's a bad one on courtside, he know every bad one on
Opps is in the
courtside.
front row. You see
Hey,
it.
he gonna see
I think
them
he
first
did it.
4 rounds. I'm seeing all that.
I think he did it so he couldn't sneak away because he, in LA, he believed in the fourth quarter. And he's like, Steve probably gonna sneak away, so let me get this in right quick. Yeah,
before he
get it
gone.
right quick, and then say what I gotta say.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
But
Hey,
he
JJ, sub me out.
He was. It was.
Hey, JJ, right now.
I gotta do something right quick. I gotta do something.
I'll be right
I
back.
think he did it for attention.
Who?
LeBron.
You
I know
hate
I
LeBron.
know you're gonna say no.
You really hate LeBron. What attention?
I like LeBron. I don't dislike
He
LeBron.
does everything
But I'm gonna
for
tell you why.
attention.
Oh, yeah.
Because something Stephen A. said the next day. Y'all got my number. They had already been
Why
calling
didn't
him.
you just hit me
Y'all
up?
know how this shit- y'all- Do y'all
No.
know how this work? How much more attention do the nigga need?
So wait, you think
I'm
LeBron
ju-
ain't
I'm
needy
just-
for attention?
I'm just saying, how nigga, you
I've-
ain't gotta do nothing
But
to get attention.
why
All
does
you
he
gotta
keep
do
doing
is
those
walk.
things though?
He do things to get
It
attention.
might be how the nigga feel he want to handle something. But I'm just saying from a standpoint of, because I'm a family nigga. I'm going to protect my family. This nigga know that. Even if it's against my own damn team. But nigga, when there's family involved, a lot of shit don't
rules
don't matter.
don't apply.
Right. A lot of that shit, and I mean, whether you a pro or not, whether you got your bag or not, I don't think you don't stop learning. And as a parent and as a kid, you never stop learning. And if you setting examples for your kid, then when Bronny have little ones, then all right, nigga, as a man, what my daddy doing for me, even if I could have went and handled myself, nigga, I'm gonna do that shit for my little ones too. And then I got a younger brother, I'm gonna do that shit for him too.
Yeah, that's real.
I agree
Come
with
on.
that.
I
But
would
that proves
rock,
my
you know what I
point.
mean?
That proves my point.
Here we go.
Because I'm a parent too, and I'm all about my family. So if I feel like you did something crazy or disrespectful to my kid, I'm not waiting to see you at a game. If I got your number, I'm gonna pull up on you. I'm gonna call you, and we're gonna set it up. I'm gonna come see you.
Why does
on-
why
on-
does everybody think that calling
sent out
somebody is the best
I'm saying,
resolution?
I'm saying if I got your number,
That's the
I don't gotta
corniest
wait to
shit
see
alive.
you in person.
Hold on.
We can do that.
Time
we can
out.
do
Time
that
out. Don't do that.
Outside
You
of
can't
that.
change the medium on me, dog. Like, look, you put this on blast for the whole world to hear day in, day out. Then
That's
you-
why he did it
No,
on there.
no, you want a public ass assassination of my kid's character, but then you want some private conversation where you can bow down and nobody got receipts and nobody hear you. Why the apology gonna be so quiet one on one, but the damn criticism so loud that the whole world hears
You're
it?
right. That's my whole point. That's
That's
why I said
not
he
your
did it
point.
at the arena. Because if he really wanted to, he could have had him. He could have called him and got him
No,
one on
you
one.
understand what I'm saying?
I've never heard of on site.
Yeah, of course.
Shit just happened to happen.
That's
and
true.
Nigga, and if it's on site and it's
Well, I really
then that's how you get that.
Usually on site if I don't got no way of getting in contact with you.
I mean,
Nah,
shit,
but I really
look,
feel
at
like-
the end of the day,
Like
a lot
when
of
I
this
see
shit
you,
I'm
be
not going
done
out my
through the
way.
phones.
I'm not going out my way to handle this, but it's gonna get handled.
But I kind
talking
of feel
about
like
my
Ron,
kid.
I
You
kind
talking about
of
my
feel
kid
like
is,
Ron
I'ma
wanted
see
to
you, I'ma get
embarrass
to you.
Stephen A. a little bit.
Of course he
That's
did.
why he did
That's
it
what
right
I'm
there in the
saying.
thing. He wanted to embarrass him a little.
Of course he did.
You
That's
shitting
my
on my
point.
son. I'm gonna do this in a public spot.
Not only
and
that,
let you
but
be known, because if you react, you ain't.
Not
I
only
know you
that,
ain't gonna
but
react.
in front.
I
Of,
know you ain't
in
gonna
front
react.
of the most
Because
powerful.
you got an image to uphold.
Would you have called him?
DP, this is
Huh?
my point.
Man,
No, your
there.
point is he's doing it for attention. His
No,
point.
I'm saying he wanted to do that front and center for everybody to see it.
No, but look, you know
could've
why?
did that.
You're making that seem like that's a bad thing by LeBron.
No,
but that's
I'm not.
That's
I'm
the
not.
arena that they set. You said he's doing it for attention. What do you think Stephen A. is doing it for?
Exactly. That's
saying
why
it's a
that
bad
was a great
thing.
get
On
back.
national television.
Attention.
Attention.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I said I'm family first. I get it.
Yeah.
But that's what he did it for. He wanted it to be seen.
Yeah,
I'm saying he could have dealt with
But
that
I don't
outside
want
of
it to
that.
come with the connotation of he wanted to be seen like it's different than
He
it's
wanted-
already been
He
seen.
wanted it to be seen. Like me checking you in front of everybody.
Okay, so let me bring this
Yeah,
up.
the
And
boxing matches in front of the whole.
let's see if this is
Yeah,
relevant.
everybody watching.
Let's
So
see
you
if
agreeing
this,
with
let's
me?
see if
No,
this
I
is
don't.
relative. Let's see if this is relative. 2 years ago or 3 years ago, Chris Rock talked shit about Jada on the Oscars, and Will handled it on site
Yeah, I hated that.
as publicly as Chris talked about his wife. He handled it publicly.
No, he didn't.
That was different though.
He hit that man.
That's him.
Okay.
It was public,
No,
though.
but words are met with words.
But he was doing it right
But he
there.
was doing it right there.
Site, though. It was on site, though.
But it was
Slapping and
on
hitting
site.
That's a violation.
Hey, a slap is
was
way
on
more
site.
disrespectful.
That's a
Marshawn,
violation.
You can talk about
Marshawn, how do
Anna-Marie
you
all
feel
you want.
about that?
Just
How do
keep
you
talking.
feel? How do you feel about that? Beast Mode. How do you feel about that?
Oh, you interviewing now,
They
nigga?
be
Hey, but a slap is
Well,
way disrespectful
I'm
than a
saying-
motherfucking
Hold
hit.
on. All
He
right.
slapped that motherfucker.
Let's get an agreement in
open
here.
hand
Who
slap.
thought that he handled that appropriately?
Who, LeBron or Will?
No, Will. Okay, good.
was-
Because if you talking, we got to keep match energy. Everybody say keep the same energy. You talking, I'm gonna talk back. But I ain't about to slap you because of some words. There's
Okay.
nothing more fragile than you got some words got into you where you just got to go knock this dude out. Like
Okay, do you want-
on
do you want me to-
TV about
Okay.
your wife who's
Okay,
an
do you-
actress and popular.
I said
I
on
don't-
site,
I don't-
right?
Yeah, but you can't.
On site doesn't mean I got to fight. On site means we gonna have
Was
it.
it-
Site
wasn't
means
a fight. It wasn't-
whatever vibe we on
Yes.
at that time.
They were
It
on
wasn't
a
real.
talking vibe, and he
wasn't
took
real,
it to
though.
another
Chris
level.
was on the
It
talking
wasn't,
vibe.
it wasn't
Where
real,
was
though.
it?
That wasn't
I'm gonna-
real,
let me break it
I
down
agree.
to y'all.
It
Let me
wasn't.
break it down to y'all. Let me
That
break
wasn't
it-
real,
I don't mean to get off subject.
Oh, you
but I
know
gotta-
these people, so
This is again. Just go back to what you guys
only got the
watched.
inside.
Right? It was Will.
Hold on. Are you? Is this a conspiracy
No, this is what
theory?
you guys can see for your own
No,
eyes.
Hatch,
Huh?
come on
Hold
now.
on. Let me just
I
watch.
know.
Can I ask a question?
No,
news
you
for
believe
the
in
smokes.
I'm
Hey, you
going
believe in
to
Bigfoot,
present
huh?
the. I'm going to present the
let him
evidence.
present. Let him
You
This
believe
is
in Bigfoot,
Will.
huh?
This is Will. This was Jada right here, right? They had the camera. Right? You Jada right now. Right? So again, the camera they had the two shot. They had a two shot right here
what
from
kind
this
of language
camera.
you use?
Right? Two shot. That means there's two people in the frame.
In the
right?
shot.
That's media training.
So look. So when they had him laughing and she was laughing, remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
Then Chris Rock made the joke.
Yeah.
Then it pans to him getting up. Nobody's ever seen that same camera shot from this angle. There was a camera shot showing these two laughing.
Yeah.
Now when he got up, nobody ever seen her go from ha 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 and go get him. Nobody ever seen that.
Hold on.
That's not true,
No,
Hatch.
no,
I
hold
have
on.
seen a video of her go like this.
When she got mad.
Got real stone
And then
face.
it goes to what? Him,
Him.
Chris Rock, and then it goes to Will walking. It never
She
goes.
told him to go
That's
get
good directing too, though.
There's a camera right here who has
That's
the
good
whole
directing.
thing.
This
Okay,
was
sum
the
it up.
Oscars,
What's the-
right?
So it's not real.
Did the best.
It was.
It's not real.
It was
It ain't real, B.
Heard that
When
shit.
I first saw it, I thought it was fake.
You heard that shit.
He can't slap him.
Number one.
He
Okay,
slapped
we
the shit
got
out of
how many
that
dudes
doesn't
in here?
even-
How many dudes?
We got Columbo
We got
in the
8
house.
dudes. Who in here would smack somebody or punch him in the face? Who would use an
Who
open
would
hand
do
smack?
it?
I mean,
You would smack somebody.
It depends
If
what
you were
it
gonna
is.
say somebody, you would not.
That's a different level of disrespect when you open
Slap
hand
somebody.
and nigga, you really
That's
slap
worse than
the
a
shit
punch.
out
I
of
would
them.
never slap them. I'm gonna punch.
It depends on how mad I.
And you punch somebody and you don't.
The
knock
level
them
of
out,
respect
you
I got for you.
Yeah, pick that motherfucker up.
Right? You should never double back. Right? If you hit somebody, you should never double back. So
Hatch,
if
I love
slap
you, but you
somebody-
are so wrong
Hatch,
right
I'm-
now.
I thought
wrong
you had
how,
some
though?
information. This is
You're
just
so
an
wrong.
Instagram reel you put together. Like, this is just some shit you
He's
seen
doing
on the
like
internet.
the Magruder tapes.
Yeah, you
like
ain't got
with
nothing.
I want
JFK.
y'all to just go look at the tape.
No, I saw the tape. I
And
just
you've
don't.
never seen this angle though.
No,
You see the
I
angle
seen
before, but
what
not
I saw,
after.
Hatch, and not to get off subject, it was as simple as this. You talking about my wife?
Yes.
I'm laughing. My wife caught me laughing. She ain't laughing. Then I gotta go do something, and I did too much because I probably got too much already built up.
And
with
that
her.
wasn't the first time.
Yeah, exactly. It's too much
Yeah,
resentment.
you feel what I'm saying? Like you said, the built up.
Yeah, he mad at
built
him.
up.
Y'all been talking, table talking
Right.
about Chris Rock doing too much. Next time he do too much,
They on the way to the show. Hey babe,
On
if he,
site.
hey babe, if he,
On site.
if he go too far, they in that limo on the way to the show. What? No limos no more.
Limo,
But they in the-
goddamn.
That's why I said my bad. They in the SUV.
We got the boomerang
Hey,
in the back.
babe, if he go do, hey, yo, you Jada, you Jada.
No,
Hey,
you smoking dope.
so babe, if he go too far,
No, I'm shying, nigga.
nah, but I'm serious. But on the way there, she was probably like, hey.
You know how Chris get down.
And
Yeah.
Chris has embarrassed her before.
But still, I mean, look, I'm just gonna say it. Y'all can say it individually. You can sit there and talk about my wife. I will respond with some talk.
You know she's down here.
Yeah,
right?
she just walked down here. What's
okay.
up, love? But guess what? I don't know what insecurity you possess where now you're going to slap that dude because he got some good jokes off on your wife. Like, seriously, like, am I missing something? Am I a punk? Or am I, like, not defending her honor? Because I am not about to swing on the dude for
Insecurity
jokes.
or not, that's how
I
he felt.
agree.
He knew
You
that
agree?
ride home was
I
going to be a
agree.
bitch. That's what it was. He knew that ride home was going to be a bitch. He
Sound like the ride there was a bitch.
But he knew Chris Rock wasn't gonna do nothing.
Been a bitch.
Yeah, right.
Right.
He knew Chris Rock wasn't gonna do nothing.
Exactly.
Just like LeBron knew Stephen A wasn't doing nothing.
Right.
Back.
Pick and
I
choose.
He knew
I
Chris Rock
agree.
wasn't doing it back. He know that ain't Chris Rock's.
I agree.
Yeah.
Skilo, he know that ain't the way he carries
Though,
himself.
man.
Pookie wasn't
Exactly.
punching nobody or slapping nobody. Pookie was on that rock.
Man,
Exactly.
Pookie
right.
was bringing down empires, man. You know, that nigga.
Not with violence. Not with violence, though. With telling.
All right, so let's get back on Stephen
I'm
A.
just saying.
and LeBron in the sense of going forward, because Stephen A. broke it down on his podcast. He's like, look, this is what he said exactly, and I respect the father. What was amiss was, do you respect LeBron or will you do this differently? You know, taking that high road was another road. You could have took the road that you're going to travel the most going forward. So how y'all see this playing out? Because if I'm the athlete, I'm trying to protect my son. I wouldn't have confronted Stephen A. Just because I'm like, Bronny could take it and I could take it, but I know what you're doing, and it's some chicken shit. But how you think they gonna play it going forward? How you think this plays out?
I think it's going to be the same way it's always been.
He gonna take more shots at Bronny unnecessarily?
Yeah.
No way. No way.
Yeah,
Nah.
he will.
The feds is on him. The
He
feds
will,
is on him.
because he can't back off now.
Yeah.
Because if you back off now,
No,
it
you
looks
know how
like
he
you're
can back off?
influenced.
Let me interrupt you. You know how he can back off? Supposedly, Shannon Sharp didn't cover this on his podcast. Now, come on. Shannon got the biggest thing going, right? And you don't cover the biggest story in sports, and you got the biggest thing going. You know why? Some things we can avoid. And that's LeBron's greatest point. You can avoid talking about Bronny this way, but you don't choose to. So since you don't choose to, I'm going to choose you and out you in front of everybody. Now you're going to do it the same?
So you think Jimmy has an edict saying get off of LeBron, get off of Bronny now?
I think he got a self-preservation mechanism. Like, I don't think this is a good road to travel. Keep going at LeBron, and really I'm trying to just clown Bronny. I don't think that's the
You know
road.
what's up next? Jerry Jones need to go get at Stephen A. The way he be talking about them Cowboys all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Dog, I saw it today. Literally, this,
free press.
this is an
He on them
example. Tell me,
Cowboys so hard.
dog, he literally
Jones need to
said,
go get
who
up.
got paid today? We're going to talk about
Oh
that.
yeah, he brought up Dak for no reason.
No, it was Michael Parsons.
Okay, yeah.
Because Myles Garrett got $40
Yeah,
million.
yeah.
The question wasn't Myles Garrett deserve it, Myles Garrett earn it. Wow, what a flip from him being traded to getting it paid. You know what the question was? Does Michael Parsons deserve $40 million in Dallas? They ain't even give Myles Garrett his due. They said they used him to jump off.
up.
So it's the same thing they do with Bronny. They use like
about what's
LeBron
actually
to jump off and clown Bronny. That's the conversation. You think it's gonna change?
No, I think it's gonna be exactly the same.
Damn.
Because at the end of the day, he's only talking about him in regards to basketball. He ain't talking about Bronny as a person. His job is to talk about basketball players or any sport.
Facts.
So if Bronny get in there, he's stinking it up. He gonna say he's stinking it up.
Damn, but to say that you got in the league just because of your daddy and nothing else.
You are that's
I guess. I guess.
facts.
I mean, we
Marcellus.
all
I
know
don't
that's,
know this
we all
fact.
know there's truth to that.
Your son in the league?
I don't have a son.
Oh, your daughter ain't got a shot at the Olympics.
Damn, dog. Hey, bro.
I don't know myself. I
Damn,
got 12 Division I offers.
All right, we in the league.
That
We
may
been in the
say
league.
otherwise.
Can you just grab your son and put him in the league?
Nah.
LeBron can.
Wait.
Hold on.
I'm gonna call you out.
He the
I'm
closest
gonna call
to
you
LeBron
out
to
on that
NFL
right
is
now.
different, though. NFL
I'm gonna
is
call
different,
you
though.
out.
Okay, hold
NFL
on.
is different.
Huh?
NFL is different.
Everything's different.
Well, I'm saying, I think in basketball you can do that. Though I don't think you can do that in football. I don't think somebody's gonna put their son who's smaller and could.
I think you
physically
give him
get
college.
injured. You know what I'm saying?
Kicker.
In football.
I think you give him in college.
You
I don't
can-
know
yeah,
about, I don't know
Giannis
about
got
him.
his brother.
Somebody got to call this man out. Just a couple weeks ago, we sat here and you said when MJ get older,
Yeah.
you gonna make them calls
Oh.
and use every relationship you got to get him in there.
Oh,
so you don't
In
think
the
That don't mean
college
it's gonna work.
No, it's the league. It don't mean it's gonna work.
It ain't gonna work.
It don't mean it's gonna.
Hey, I'm gonna see
It
what I'm
don't
gonna
mean
do.
it's gonna work.
I'm gonna see what I
but
can
you
do.
feel comfortable saying that because you know you got certain connections. You don't think LeBron has enough power to get him in? We see it
He's never been the best player on his own team.
on any team.
But that don't matter.
He's not
That don't
LeBron.
matter.
He's not
There's
LeBron.
other,
guys
there's
in the
other
league.
guys.
I'm not
there's
LeBron.
Other
He's not
guys in
LeBron.
the league
Now,
who have
you-
not been the best on their
Stop.
own
Y'all-
Was
team.
Westbrook
Wait.
the best at UCLA?
No,
He was nice though.
You didn't see.
That's not the
Answer the
question.
question.
But that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
They all different.
No, they are.
No, being nice and being the best. You don't have to be the best on your
Come
team.
on,
That don't mean you
y'all.
wasn't good.
Marcellus,
I'm being realistic.
This is, you know you're not.
I am going to try to get MJ in the league.
There's no
but
way.
it's not going
to
not
work,
100%
but it's
There's
not
confident.
going to
no
work
way.
is what-
There's
I'm
no
gonna try
way you
everything to
think
get my
that
son in the
Bronny
league.
is in the
Without
league
100%.
without LeBron.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Listen one more time. LeBron
Listen
made
to
the
the words
connections
coming out of my mouth.
Yes, LeBron made the connections, the calls, that got the power, and got him his son in the league. But trust me, if his son didn't have any talent,
Then
have
he would not.
anything at resume, no matter who you call it, he ain't getting in. That's what I'm saying.
Nobody's saying
Y'all
he's-
got to
that's
agree
a-
with
we
that.
all know he's talented.
Okay, so there's my point, Stephen A. How you gonna go? And I'm quoting. Only reason he in the league is because of his dad. So look, on father, let's be a good father and take him out of his misery, stuff like that. Come on, dog.
What we always
Y'all
say.
know that's
What we
wrong.
always say. Two things can be true. He's
Yeah.
talented. There's a lot of talented
No,
players.
he has some talent. He's
Yeah,
not NBA talented.
There's a lot of
I know.
talented players that are not in the league.
Yeah.
But when you got LeBron as your dad, yeah, your talent will get
Yeah.
you to a certain point, but that phone call is what got him in there.
Okay, but all you got to do is talk about that talent he possesses as well, which I don't hear Stephen A. Smith and many others talk about. They only talk about the phone call.
Has he displayed it though?
Yes, the dude has made some threes.
G League, G League, he balling though.
He bought it. He
But
bought
nah, I definitely think Stephen A. sat down with the production crew and everything, and they're going to adjust how much coverage and how much stuff they're going to do with Bronny James. This definitely going to change.
Clean it up.
I really think he really sat down like, bro, I can't have this. I got to, he had to sit down and look at himself. He ain't going to tell us that, but he had to go sit down and look in the mirror. He's one of the top analysts, and he got called out by the top player in the NBA. He had to sit back and like, hey, what can I do?
I will say, I love the fact that LeBron did that, and I love how he did it because he did it in front of Ari Emanuel, who's the #1 agent in the world.
Yeah, his agent.
Bar anybody. And he did it in front of Larry David, who's a big star. He was right on the sidelines. He brought it front and center to Stephen A. Smith. And Stephen A. kind of stood there like hobbita.
Well, you got to take it in that moment because ain't no win in that moment. Like you've been talking about this dude's son. Every parent in the world be like, man, shut your ass. Nobody want to hear that. All right, let's talk about something they do want to hear. They want to hear some NFL talk.
Hey, Stephen A. could have sat in the suite.
What happened?
He could have sat up there in one of them boxes too.
Oh yeah. He like that. He like that attention too.
That shine.
Hey, raise your hand if you like attention. Stop playing. Okay. Let's talk about these trades, man. Let's talk about these teams and how they gonna shift around. Yo Seahawks, they got rid of Geno Smith. He's to the Raiders. Yo Raiders too. Metcalf to the Steelers. Devontae Adams to the Rams. Myles Garrett staying in Cleveland. Boy, that was a good bluff. He got that money. And Khalil Mack stays with the Chargers. NFL landscape moving around. So I want to know which one of these trades. Best move. What you got, Hatch? Most impact.
DK Metcalf to the Steelers.
DK to the Steelers. Who's the quarterback?
DK Metcalf to the Steelers. It don't matter.
Oh, here you go.
No, I'm saying with those two guys, they got two of them to choose from, right? Or
No,
they
they're
bring in.
both
I'm
free
sorry,
agents.
or they bring in Darnold, right? But they're both at let's go B+ quarterbacks, right? You got. I think that's a huge get for an offense. Well, we know Tomlin is go at least 9. What 9 and what's it now? 10 and 7, 10 and 7,
yeah.
or 9 and 8.
Nine
Right? They're gonna
and
have a
8.
winning record.
Yep.
All they need is another playmaker. To me, personally, the Khalil.
Yes, they got all these playmakers, and who the quarterback for real? They don't have a quarterback yet. They got free agent Russell Wilson. They got free agent Justin Fields, and then they got
they're all B pluses though. So it doesn't. One of those three, it's gonna be a B plus. They're not gonna go get an A plus quarterback, right? We know that ain't gonna happen. They're not gonna have a C quarterback, right? So all those quarterbacks are gonna fall under the same umbrella of 25 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. All right, whoever it's gonna be. Right, but now
I
you have
agreeing
some.
with you. You're saying right? I'm looking at
Well,
you talking to.
You know I'm right.
No, I don't.
I mean, what quarterback is gonna come in and throw 15
You're
interceptions?
saying the best trade is with somebody that doesn't have a quarterback right now. That's the best trade. I
For
think
the
best
offense,
trade, I
yes,
think the
that
best
makes
trade
the
right
offense
now
go.
is Devontae Adams to the Rams. Rams were 1 game away from the Super Bowl, and with them losing Cup and bringing him in, and the way he ended the season last year. Devontae looked like he's on a mission to prove people wrong.
You think Devontae's getting better right now or trending down
the way he
as a
finished
career?
the season, he was trending up.
I disagree. But
And
okay.
Aaron Rodgers, they both were trending up. They got that.
I
What's
think
the
they're
narrative
trending
on
down.
you, dog?
But this
That's
offense,
what I'm saying. I think
this
they're trending
offense
down.
McVay runs is a receiver-friendly offense.
Yeah.
If I was a receiver, I would love to come play for McVay's offense.
Well, you're not a receiver.
Huh?
You're
Who
not
you
a
got,
I
receiver.
Six?
was. I got 4 touchdowns. How many touchdowns you got?
More than you, nigga. So don't play.
Oh God, look at y'all.
We shouldn't even be in the discussion though.
Defense. That's why I keep thinking
That's
he played defense.
hilarious.
That's why.
How many touchdowns you got in your career for real?
More than 4. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, single-digit ass haver.
That means 5.
It's a cornerback that got more damn touchdowns. I got more pick
I keep
sixes.
thinking he played DB. That's why.
No.
Who you got? Who you got, Marshawn? What are you seeing?
Right now, I'm liking the
You
Pete
define
just got it. Oh damn! Pete just got it. Pete just got his boy Gino. I know they got a lot of chemistry. They gonna be able to. I think they're gonna be able to do something. And I know that nigga he gonna be moving some shit around to put everything that he need around him in order to be successful. Like
Who,
that,
Brady? You talking about Brady?
Pete.
Nah, Pete.
Talking about
Pete.
Pete.
But you know, one thing I like about that is that we can open up and hopefully get maybe that running back from the Boise first round,
Jensen.
and then get another quarterback early second round.
Dang, you won a lot.
Well, he can
What's the
develop.
quarterback
Yeah.
gonna help? That
He
ain't-
can develop. You need to develop under Gino. If you look at the way, I love Green Bay's system, how they develop their
Gino ain't
quarterbacks.
that old. 32.
Okay,
Gino's
but
got about
I
3-4
think
years left in him.
But what we signed to a 3 year, 2 year, or 3 year? I got to look. I don't know.
Just a trade. I
DK should have went to the Raiders with Gino. I thought that would have been a better fit for
I would've loved
everybody
that.
involved.
There's
but
a
right
reason
now,
they didn't.
the reason they didn't again,
Yeah.
I don't think the Raiders have enough on offense for
Yeah, we
to help
definitely
Gino.
need another receiver. I'm with you. Hopefully, we're gonna get one in free agency.
Oh,
I
is
would
that
love
it?
that.
That's
But we
all y'all
definitely-
need?
Nah, we a defense.
Okay,
We need
you,
DB.
you put that in bold.
Out of
like, that's
53
it.
players, how many y'all
DB.
need?
We need
51.
DB. We need to address the line.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, y'all. That's tough division. Tough
Tough
division.
division.
Chargers not playing. We know Chiefs already
Chiefs are
there.
tough to knock.
Denver. None of them.
All of them motherfuckers.
Denver's on the up and up.
All of them cold.
Yeah. Who you got?
Well, before that, I know for sure, like DK and Pickens look great on paper, but that's definitely not going to work for multiple reasons. One, because it's obvious, no quarterback, and now you saying that don't matter, but you as a receiver, every year you see players who have bad receivers, specifically who have bad quarterbacks, and what they do, they complain.
No,
they're not
it's not
getting
true.
the ball.
It's not true.
They're getting bad.
That's not true.
You know it's true.
It's
So,
not.
argumentative
first,
ass.
right.
Get
You know
him,
it's true.
Hatch, please explain why it's not true.
But wait,
then.
Because nigga, I play a receiver, and like
Right.
everybody's not mad because you
You
don't.
couldn't get the ball. You was the
Was I what? So if I got Randy Moss on one side and Carter on the
You
other,
had no
was I go
choice.
complain? No,
That's
I
my
wasn't going
point.
to complain.
Oh,
my point.
so he said you just a battered child.
Pickens can't
He's like,
complain.
you couldn't get the ball, you
no
couldn't get
child.
nothing to eat, so you
I
just
couldn't,
grew up
yeah,
hungry.
that's my point.
And
Crumbs.
got used
How
to
you
it.
gonna
Crumbs.
complain? 'Cause
So they
Moss and
had, but
Carter
they had the
getting
third
ball?
DB on. You supposed to be in there.
Yeah,
in
you
that
supposed to be
slot.
eating up the nickel.
I was.
You gonna be eating
I
in that
was.
slot.
That slot.
I was.
Okay.
Hey, Hatch,
But
don't
wait.
let them besmirk your name.
I'm
Nah,
not.
you good.
I'm not. So look, I just want what you're saying is you think okay they're both number one, so now there's gonna be a problem in the locker room because both receivers want the ball. That's not
Pickens
a true.
was already
I don't think
complaining
it's ever-
last
I don't
year.
think nothing's ever
He was
gonna be a
that's-
problem
but wait, hold
in
up.
Thomas
He
locker
go
room.
he go
Pickens was
compl-
already
I don't think
complaining.
he's ever gonna be a problem in Thomas locker
That's
room.
all-
He's
thank
too
you.
good of a coach, and he knows
Thank-
how to
he's not
handle
gonna let that
And
happen.
you
I
know
don't
what else
think
breaks
that-
up
that
locker
ever-
rooms you guys all played? Money. And DK, he didn't just get traded; he got a whole new deal.
Yeah,
and
Pickens
won
gonna
his
get it
money.
when he gets his
Pickens
time.
when's his
so he just
time-
got
when
the
it's
biggest
his
deal for
time.
receiver.
When it's his time, he'll get Pickens go get his money, or you know
And
what?
Jamar Chase
The
is about to break all that.
Steelers
like,
is
in the
gonna
next
let him
couple
go,
days.
right?
I hear
Steelers
you.
gonna let him go to another team, right? Which is fine.
I hear you, but I'm gonna ask you a question because you guys was in the locker room. If you're not getting the ball as much as you want and you don't have the money that you want, you don't think that's gonna cause some type of tension?
Not when you're winning.
But they
Not
didn't
when
win
you're
nothing.
winning.
Winning do cancel out a lot of shit.
All
But they
that.
didn't win.
It do, but
So
They were winning
Nigga, when you
week
see
in, week
nigga
out. They
get-
just
So why
didn't go
was
to the
Pickens
Super Bowl
complaining?
because that's the type of player he is. He's
so you
always,
cancel you cancel
listen
out
to
your
me.
own
Listen
point.
to me. Pickens is gonna complain whether DK Metcalf comes.
But you just said they was winning.
You gonna listen to me?
I am, but you contradicted
Listen to me.
yourself.
I'm saying he's gonna complain. That's part of it. That's part of who he is. That doesn't mean he ain't gonna be there. That doesn't mean he's not gonna play well. That doesn't mean that him and DK can't live in the same offensive system. He's still gonna complain, and DK ain't gonna complain either, right? So that's not gonna change. They still go ball, and they still go be there at the end because they're gonna be 10-7, and now they have more talent to go win a playoff game or a couple of playoff games.
It's gonna motivate Pickens too, though, because Pickens gonna be like, bro, you ain't about to be getting all this
Them two
grub.
go
and I'm
Maybe
gonna
it's a lot
find
of
out.
ifs.
All that
It's a lot of
food.
it's a lot of
If
ifs.
you the player and I got somebody else coming in, because I remember when I play O-line, we come tally up them pancakes. I'm like, oh, nah, hold up, bro. Next game, I gotta go headhunting. Because my pancakes are up as the other dude. So when you start seeing other guys perform as an athlete, you gotta start picking your stuff up too. You know what I'm saying?
I
He
agree.
look like his
I agree.
pancakes
I
have
know.
never been down.
I knew he was gonna do that.
I'm getting back in my playing
Black
weight.
is still big.
I'm getting right back to my playing weight.
Listen, the,
Mrs. Butterworth.
oh man,
Wow.
man, that was personal.
He been holding that one up.
All right, we got to take a little break. We got to do a little hijack this segment. We'll come back to it because Lynch Mob got to leave soon, and we appreciate his time coming through. One of our boys, first guest on here too, right?
Yeah.
Came to the crib like
yeah,
that.
man,
We love that.
respect.
I'm gonna leave it on a couple of questions. The first one, I feel like media asking this, but I saw two different reports. And I don't know where you've been with it. That last play, second and one on the goal line play. Second and goal.
Goal from the 4.
I heard one that it was called. It was called for you to get it. Then I heard Russell changed it, and then I heard it was called for the pass. Can you was in the damn huddle? Can you please just set this straight for me real quick?
No, the pass was called for sure.
The pass was called.
The pass was called for sure.
Now how did
But you know, we took a timeout because it was first and goal from the 4. And they got the 2 yards. So it was second and goal from the 2. And we called timeout and they go and talk about it. And so we didn't come in and get a play. It was that pass. So whatever that other shit was, I ain't hear that one.
Yeah, who said that? Me Bang. Me Bang said it was an audible. Yeah, you know Me Bang.
He defense.
Chris, y'all talking. All right, so we got.
So then it might be some truth to that then, because that's my nigga. I know Bang he ain't gonna be jawsing.
Yeah,
Bang ain't gonna jaws for sure.
He might be on the sideline hearing what they were saying.
he was
too.
on the sideline.
I
That's
said,
what he
'cause he on
said.
defense.
He said, "Don't call that." And then somebody ran down. Somebody ran down the field. Your backup. What was it? Who's the backup quarterback? With a T. I forget his name.
T-Jack.
T-Jack,
Okay.
yeah. Trevor Jackson.
Yep. And he said he ran down the
Jackson.
field, and they're like, "No!" And then they were like,
Rest in peace.
"Yeah." And they all ran it, and Me Bang broke that down. So y'all still ain't figured this shit. We still.
Trying to recover that from that shit too.
Did you recover from it?
Yeah, nigga, I'm good. Yeah. I'm like
You
a
okay?
motherfucker. Hell yeah. I mean, shit, I had to. Otherwise, shit, I motherfucker done jumped off the ledge or something.
Yeah.
That shit painful.
Yeah.
Well, it was.
Man. All right, let's get this one out because we saw Saquon get paid. And the conversation always been of late, running backs, no value, and now you see that. You think y'all back or this is just a blurt because it's just Saquon?
You know what? More than anything, I'm just look at the opportunities of what it can be. And you get more running backs to produce that way, then you don't leave no doubt. You know what I mean? You don't leave no doubt. I mean, I like the situation running back by committee because it gives, different backs to show, they talents and shit. But if you want to go and get that type of bag, then you need to go make yourself an all-around player and not fall into these systems, but make these systems cater to you. And that's exactly what it did. So when y'all talking about that, because you got Devontae Smith and Brown up there, like that shit can coexist. You put somebody in that backfield that can tote that motherfucker. Them receivers there, you know what I mean? I don't want to say, you know what I mean? Because nigga, at the end of the day, it's about winning. Winning Super Bowls, and the more wins you put on the win column, the better your opportunity when you're going in there to go negotiate your contract.
The last question, man, because I know you running back who I hear is now potentially running for mayor.
He running back to mayor.
Let's go.
Man, I don't think I was polished enough for the situation, man. But it for sure was something that was it was something that was in the works. But you know, they got word that a heavy politician was gonna be, you know what I mean, in the runnings for that. And you know what I mean, where I'm at in my life right now, I just don't think it would have made sense. So, you know what I mean, I kind of stepped back from that. But it was a real opportunity, and I took, you know what I mean, a real approach to, you know, entertaining that. So hell yeah.
All right, so we got something coming up in the
Oakland?
future.
Was it Oakland?
Yeah, Mayor of Oakland. Hell
Shoot,
yeah.
I worked in politics. I'd work with you anytime.
Oh well, shit! All right.
That's an endorsement. Oh, man.
Thumbs up all the way around.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, I mean, he got to go, dog.
Your famous run.
Oh, yeah.
What were you thinking
Which one?
when you?
You know what I'm saying?
The run,
Flex.
the run where you knocked everybody over.
Which
and
one? I'm
broke like four tackles and.
No, I'm not like that, but New Orleans. Yeah. So what's your question about it?
Were you thinking about what was coming next? Were you thinking I'm gonna knock this cat over? I'm gonna get out of this? Or was it all instinct?
No, it was all instinct. I don't think you could.
Yeah.
You can't plan no shit like that. Or
You saying don't
you
go
can't
down.
Even, you can't even think about no. I mean, you can't. Hell no.
No
I
matter.
can't even think like that.
Yeah,
I wish I wish I could. Then I'd probably be a director or something. But you can't. I don't think you could think no shit like that. That's all instinct, big dog.
Yep.
That's love.
I got something. Tell everybody what you got going. If you
Yeah,
can.
let's hear
What
it.
you got going? If you can, if you could, anything.
Put it out there.
Hold on, which project?
Yeah. What you can say? What you can say?
Man, you know, bro. You know, I don't really be just. I mean, you know, just look out. That's all I can say. Cause you know, I don't talk about nothing I got going on, which is stupid. But you know what I mean. I just, you know what I mean. If you keep your eyes open enough, you'll see the moves I'm making.
I love that you stay heavy in the community too. You
Oh
always,
yeah.
always know you're.
Well, I mean, you know, I always got
my.
my foundation going. I mean, that's all year round. Fan First Family Foundation out in Oakland. You know what I mean? Shout out to Marcus, Josh, LaRon, Rel, KP. Who
All
really
my
be
sons
holding
and
shit down.
nephews.
Look.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, they connected, man, all the way through. We appreciate you, Lynch Mob, man.
I
Turn your
appreciate
TV
it, my
on.
guy.
See this,
Lynch
man.
Mob.
Lynch Mob.
Yes, sir.
Sir, man, appreciate it.
Yeah, my dog.
First guest.
My dog.
Come on, we can vote.
Hit me up when you done with that.
All right, baby.
So can we vote?
Marcellus, first guest. That's a
I know
big
that was a
thing.
great first guest. Thanks, DPG. DPG did that. That's his dog.
Since we got a bunch of guys who don't know nothing about ball, can I ask the peanut gallery on
No,
what
you
they
gonna ask
thought about that fourth
him? You gonna ask him?
about that
Hat
second
taste.
about
Hat
that
taste.
second down call?
Give a position before you.
That second down call where they didn't give him the ball and they threw the ball. Right? How do you guys? Because I've heard millions of fans talk about this over the last 10 years now. Right? What did you guys think about that call?
I would have ran the ball 2 times and threw it on 4th if I needed to.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, that was a terrible call.
Okay.
Even when, like, from the
That's
moment
all I
seen
wanted to
him
know.
throw.
Okay.
These guys.
Told you, man. All them pancakes. And we break his
Another one.
He just broke a table. Just whatever. Fraggle Rock, Bedrock. Look at that. Bam, bam. You got it. You know I love you. You know I love you.
I didn't understand. I still don't understand it. I don't understand why you have the strongest running back in the game, and you are throwing the ball 2 yards out.
Okay. What do you think about
I still randomly tweet, should have gave it the beast mode.
it? Okay.
Yeah, when you got the talent, you go with it.
Okay. Now, what do you think?
I mean, it sounds like a trick question. So I like the throw.
me too, because and this I'm gonna break it down to you.
Yeah,
right?
let's go.
Again.
Old coordinator, come on.
Right, because if you have 4 downs in the 4th and goal, how many times are you gonna throw the ball?
one, maybe
Where
two.
are you? Where are you on the,
In from the 9 and in, you have 4.
from the 9?
It's tight coverage, dog. It's
That's what I'm saying. From the 4 and in, right? You have 4 downs to get your 9 yard. Regardless of at the 6, what you're gonna throw the ball 2,
Maybe twice.
maybe twice, once.
It depends on the situation.
That
because
is
at
the- I just gave you the
because at that
situation,
point,
nigga.
Marshawn had got them up. We was seeing what he
It's
was
4
doing.
You have
I'm feeding
4
it to him. I'm
downs to
giving
go
it to
9
him.
yards.
I'm
How many
feeding-
times are
but
you
they
going
were
to
on the
throw it?
2.
That's what I'm saying.
That's-
That's not a
listen
fair
to
question.
me.
Y'all just don't answer
Listen.
questions. He's
You
trying to
have
multi there.
4 downs to go 9 yards. How many times are you going to throw it out of those 4?
Probably twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
Probably once.
Once. Okay. So they had the ball at the 6. They ran the ball for 4 yards. Now it's 2nd down.
Mm-hmm.
You can't run it on 2nd down because now you have to throw it the next 2 downs.
You don't have to.
Listen, you just said you throw
You
it
don't
twice.
have to. They
But
chose
that's
to.
the thinking of the coordinator.
And that's why it didn't work.
What is this?
That's why it didn't work.
Okay, do you know that the Patriots had the best rush defense in the NFL, right? That year? Okay,
Yeah.
so you're saying it's an automatic touchdown if you give it to Beastmode.
I never said that.
But that's what you guys are saying. I would have
I
given it
said
to
it
him
was
and he
a
would have
better
scored.
a better chance.
That's not a
than
true
running it.
statement because the percentage says throw the
Throw it.
ball. That's what
And
I'm
we
trying.
saw
You
what
guys
that
just went
percentage
through-
did.
Oh, don't use
Just
that.
because
Come
no,
on,
just
we
because
all
somebody
thought he
no, no,
should've
no,
ran it.
no, no,
They
no,
have a
before the
better
throw.
run defense than pass defense.
But we all thought they should have ran it before the
no.
throw.
Only the people who don't know ball thought they should have.
And so the people who didn't know ball were correct.
No, you weren't.
Because what happened?
No, yeah, it's an intercept. No,
what happened?
Somebody made a great play, but it's the right call.
Hold on,
Somebody
Terry.
made a great
Hold
play.
on, this can't be happening. You're not talking to him no more. I don't think he understands what you're saying.
Yeah, I
You're
get it.
using the results to say that's what you should have done.
No, I said what I thought from the jump they should have ran it. But he's like, oh no, they should have thrown it. So my response to that was, yeah, you see where that got them. They should
We're
have
not
ran
talking
the ball.
about the results, though. That's my whole point.
Yeah.
It's the
Well,
percentages.
Beast Mode is not here anymore, so
I know, that's why.
to kind of break this tie that he's winning.
He's winning. He agree with me.
I feel like his run before that gave momentum. So don't you use momentum too to run?
Yes,
like, to run
that's
again?
what the average thinker would think.
But are you overthinking it?
See what I'm saying?
It's chess.
Because-
I understand that it's chess.
Because again, if
That's
you
a
run
slick.
it on that down, you guys understand now.
It's
raw.
32.
It's all
third-
the defense has all the leverage. Your only leverage during that whole 4 downs is that 2nd down. That's
Okay.
when you have the defense saying they might do this or they might do that. On 3rd down, if you have not thrown the ball yet, the defense got you because we know what you're about to do.
But,
That's-
but
you see what
everything
I'm
ain't by the book.
That sounds just
Sometimes
like
you
a
got to
receiver.
play in the moment.
Duh.
But in that moment, when you got the momentum,
This is the argument that happened in a lot of households,
I know.
especially really bad households,
Yeah.
where one homegirl all of a sudden made some money doing something that you ain't supposed to be doing. And then she come back and telling the family, I'm going to do it too. You're supposed to go to school.
Yeah.
You're supposed to, but
You're
you're
not
not supposed to see what
supposed
happened
to
to
do
her.
this.
What happened to her ain't going to happen to you.
Right. It's an outlier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an outlier effect, but I understand what y'all saying. But
get what
Beast
you're
Mode
saying.
ain't here no more.
All
Let's
good.
get back to anybody else got some meat on.
Pause. Pause. On the say on the
wait,
grill. Say on the grill.
on the
Say on the
grill.
grill. Meat on the grill.
looked
He
up
said
before
this.
we said pause. He knew
already
it. He
knew.
knew it.
That's what I say. Say on the grill. Say
I'm
on the grill.
Pavlov's dog now. Y'all got me. I really like the fact that the Khalil Mack is staying with the Chargers. Let me just try and get some Chargers out there.
Too, man. My boy love LA. He love it out here.
And he
love
played
it out here.
he played a run and a pass still.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
you know what I don't like about that?
Tell me.
He be giving Colt Miller fits. We got to play him twice a year.
Yeah, I got to play them twice a year in Raiders Town. So good luck with that. And let's transition into this topic right here. Charles Barkley calling out Kendrick Perkins. Well, we're kind of back to the first topic, but a different
Yes,
way.
in a different way.
And ESPN, idiots and fools for saying that the Lakers saved the NBA season, Terry, and always talking about the Lakers and Warriors despite their other teams being better in the standings. Terry, whose side you on with this? You with Barkley or you with Kendrick in the media?
I'm with Chuck. I mean, let's call it what it is. Perk is threatening to do a fight with a senior citizen. You know what I'm saying?
He literally did.
He
Say
did.
that.
So it's like,
Like, what's wrong? You okay?
yeah. So
hey, Barkley, he's strong.
he's the,
Hey, don't underestimate Barkley.
He old and strong.
but he
is old.
got that grown man strength now. You know what I
Ain't nobody
mean?
fighting.
But I think Chuck's is
We got
just doing.
Marcel come say so.
No, I think Chuck is doing his job, and like ESPN does cover the Lakers. I'm a Laker fan, and they cover
We know, nigga. We know.
and they cover them too much.
Who else they supposed to cover?
Well, that's the thing, though. They set the thread as far as being the worldwide leader. Set the trend as far as covering more sports. Like if you do that, then
More
it'll trickle
teams.
down. Yeah. So like if they can't do it, who can do it? And that's why YouTube and social media news reports are growing, because you can find your team to follow and
Yes.
find the reports and all
Thank
that
you.
stuff. But like you want that on a national level covered by professional journalists.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to hear opinions all day. I want like non-educated opinions. I want to hear a journalistic.
Yeah.
It's funny because ESPN, I mean, I work there, so I get it. I can tell y'all how they really always find their way into the Lakers, Cowboys. Yankees conversation. Yeah. We'll do that later. But the thing that's crazy is they have the power to make things viral.
Yes.
Make things popular.
Yes.
But then they undermine their own power or act like they're powerless when it comes to, well, then right now we should be talking OKC. We should be talking Cleveland. Instead, we're going to go find a second or third or fifth place team just because, hey, that team is a big story, blue blood franchise. So how many times I've seen the Cowboys get talked about, and I'm like, dog, they in
Why are we
third
talking
place in a
about
4-team division. There's like,
Is that still third place?
I mean, they fourth place in the track meet. Like, you know what I mean? Just let me. Sorry.
Out of 44, we know. Out of 44.
Out of 44. I'm messing with you. But the point is, they know they can make it, and then they don't want to make it. And then I'm like, who is watching this same topic get recycled?
We're not watching it though. You guys in the room are watching it, but I haven't turned on ESPN Sports Center in like probably year and a half. I don't watch it because I feel that
Hatch,
way.
what do you do? You don't do social media?
Matthew,
You don't watch Sports Center?
You text options for dinner and then you don't show up for dinner? What are you doing?
I have the Becky Combine every
I
night.
never said I was coming.
You text all
Because I want you guys to have a good
Softball.
without me.
Softball. If it ain't softball, it ain't me. Lacrosse, anyone?
And if I ain't going south, I definitely ain't going
Pickleball.
So what's up with this model, man? Because
It's broke. But again, I personally think
this successful and it's broke. I hate to be
it's
fixed.
broke because what he just said about where it's trending to your YouTube, to your Hulus, and all of the.
Yeah.
We're not sitting there waiting for. Let's take an NFL example. We're not sitting waiting Monday morning for you guys to talk about the NFL anymore. We're not doing it. Now we used to do that 4 or 5 years ago, but we're not doing it. The main reason is because we don't want to hear about the Cowboys. Because if I live in Tampa and my Buccaneers are in first place, I want you to talk about my Buccaneers.
Facts.
And it's become a not fair scenario, and I think everybody's like, I'll go get my own Buccaneer information at Buccaneer.com or YouTube Buccaneer,
Report.
whatever, because all that stuff is out there now.
Yeah, you definitely. Oh, go ahead. I'll just go.
No, I agree with you, but only thing where we differ is I don't think it has anything to do with because of what they're talking about. I think it's just the impact of social media. Like nobody's waiting now for ESPN the following morning to talk about whatever because it's already on Instagram and Twitter and everything.
Yes, you can go
immediately
find
as soon as
what
the
you
game
want.
ends.
Yes.
So it's like you by the time the morning comes, it's like you're already off that. So I just think it's that simple.
You got it.
So is ESPN feeling the pressure as far as like getting eyeballs and they shit and always doing the Cowboys, Lakers? They're feeling the pressure from social media. It sounds like if that's all they're covering.
Yeah, they gotta fit so much in a certain section. You know, on the YouTube channel, they got more. You could talk long. You got more time. To do stuff. But one thing I do love about Chuck, man, I love Charles Barkley.
Me too.
He gonna tell you the truth.
He'll keep it above.
And he gonna call you out, and he gonna tell you what's real. And you know, Perkins in his feelings now, but Chuck being honest, he been honest. But you know, Kendrick's probably looking at it too, like I don't have control over. I just work here. I gotta do what the producers say.
Good point.
You know,
Perk
you
has to
might
do what
get
the
hit on that
producers
more
want him to
because
do.
you've been in that light. Like they come and telling you what you got to talk about. You can put a little insight, right? But you really got to stick to what
it's the producer's
what they want to run
idea,
with too.
not
So
Perkins'
he's
idea.
kind of in a predicament where where Chuck's been very vocal with his job, and you could probably tell he's probably a little bit more outspoken. Where he'll step up and be like, "Hey, motherfucker, we ain't gonna keep talking about this." Like, cause that's Chuck, and he's been there so long. Kendrick's what 3-4 years now. I don't know if he has that say so power. But I know Stephen A got that power. He gonna stop talking about Bronny.
Yeah, that part. You better go have 6'8",
No, but I'm just
260 on your head.
I'm just being for real. Maybe you can hit on that, but he has
let's
to
talk
follow a topic line that the producers are giving him, so it might not be so much on Kendrick.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of the split. Like it's twofold. I say it's two-pronged. It's one, the show and the producers, right? And you're thinking like, all right, and you could be one of the producers in terms of like how Stephen A. Smith is executive producer First Take, or you could just have huge influence. Like Skip Bayless had huge influence on First Take and Undisputed, despite not being a producer. But the problem is they're trying to appease an audience, right? And so what YouTube and social media and all this new content is, I'm trying to be myself. Authentic.
And then the
y'all like
audience
whoever
comes.
like it gonna find it.
There you
Whoever
go.
don't, forget y'all. They are not serving their burgers like that. They like McDonald's. They serving them because we got locations. McDonald's is a real estate business that just have hamburgers in the real estate, right? And they ain't caring how great they taste. They like, we ain't trying to improve them that much. Angel Reese burger, I gotta have that. I gotta try the Angel Reese burger. But they ain't. Yes, the burger. My wife's still here. Yes, it's the burger.
The barbecue sauce.
It's barbecue sauce and that bacon. She got 2 strips of bacon with a little ham on it.
Hop.
A little sauce. Like
Ham,
Reese.
ham hop.
That's a big ass burger. But point is, so they are literally they outthink themselves. They outtalk themselves. They be like, nah, people want the Cowboys fan base is this big. Oh, the Yankees fan base is this big. So we gonna talk that, and it lands because like. Talk what you want about McDonald's. You still gonna find your way there somehow, some way, every month or two, right?
Clippers fan base.
And that's your point. Clippers fan base this small. I don't give a damn what the Clippers do until they win it all.
How many people y'all had at the game? 200 and something.
No, don't do that. That was a fake social media clip. Obama was at that game, so I don't care if it was just one. It was Obama in the building. So that's part of it. But here's another thing I want to push back on what you said in terms of like, look, this is the way things are done. And social media, the impact of social media has now made them have to adjust. Well, social media, the thing that I see how it infiltrated like sports media was it told sports media, you better have it fast, and if you ain't got it fast, you got to have it furious. And that's why everyone is so obnoxious or loud, and like they saying the same stuff, but they say it louder because it's like, dog, they're bored of saying it too. So outlandish takes got rewarded by an industry that had market because they were just getting louder with the same market. That's not gonna happen on YouTube. That's not gonna happen on the internet. Because if you keep doing that, cats just like, I might as well watch mainstream. Might as well keep that going. How you see it, Big Dog?
Absolutely. I think, and I think ESPN is missing the whole point of the whole thing is that we live in a global world now, and everything is at your fingertips. So you know, when it's talk about small markets, big markets, there's the line of delineation there is so small now because you can have access to everything. So I think it's missing an opportunity and just kind of staying in the status quo. I don't know if that's being scared. I don't know if that's
well, they did make a move. I mean, Pat McAfee getting licensed, his show shows that we get it. We may not be built in this moment for that as infrastructure, but we'll take from you. And that's, I mean, you know, big bank take little bank. And he had a $120 million FanDuel deal and decides to rip that up because he's like, y'all gonna take some of this burden off me? Y'all gonna take some of this pressure? Because, you know, putting on the whole thing yourself
every time
sounds a lot better than doing it, right? And then he's like, I'll take 85 and just let y'all distribute it and get it out there. So they made that pivot, maybe more pivots going forward. But it's just a world where I'm fatigued of it. And I was fatigued of it doing it because I was like, dog, why we keep doing this? And, you know, they also justify it this way, and this is real. You know what the average listening time is for a 30-minute show? I think it's 3-4 minutes, like something like that. So if you talk about a topic, your anticipation is the person that comes in 10 minutes later, they ain't even hear it. So then if we got a 30-minute show, I got to repeat this topic 3 times. If it's a real topic that I think can rate. And if it's a longer show, then it's just going to be forever. So, you know, you got to keep rinsing and repeating. So the radio model kind of works that way. Like time spent listening, most people come in and out. And so you got to keep doing it that way. But they don't have to be as loud as they are. That's usually the way. How you feel about it, John? You're in the media of sort. Yeah.
You got to keep the attention. You got to go to the audience, the largest audience. That's what they're looking at. That's what the execs look at: ratings, audience, size, reach. But ESPN is on Instagram. They're on YouTube.
Yeah.
They put out those top things, and they're global, so they got to have something that appeals globally, right? So they're looking at the same metrics. They're just a little slower to move into those channels, but you're going to start seeing them take it over. They got the money, right? And it's money. So all these people who are talking about the smaller markets, they'll be ones that rise, and they're all trying to get noticed because they're going to do two deals. I mean, Stephen A. Smith doing the ESPN, right? He's doing a big deal. He's got his own deal. So everyone's got side hustles, trying to make money. They're trying to get noticed still. So they're not going to go full against anyone who's smart and doing YouTube and trying to up and come. They still got to talk about the big market because they got to be noticed, but they focus on theirs, build an audience because that's what they're doing, and then they go mainstream. So it's all a game.
Yeah, that's crazy because y'all, it sounds like some hypocrites in here. I'm going to start calling out some names. I don't know. Because after the after the Super Bowl, it feels like the Kendrick Drake conversation. Like at the Super Bowl, the first criticism was, man, this is the Super Bowl. How you playing on them like B hits or B sides, and you're not playing the big mega stuff, right? And ESPN is basically saying our motto is to play the mega stuff, and then we get mad when they do the mega stuff and don't do the B sides, and then you see somebody do the B sides, you're mad they don't do the mega stuff. Yeah. So I look at ESPN like it's not a bad model, it's not a broken model.
No, it's
just
not broken.
A different model.
It's their model from 10 years ago, but things have changed. You just said that again. You think that everybody's going to kind of have to fall into partnering, if you will, with some type of ESPN model. I disagree, right? You got a 12-year-old playing with cats every day on YouTube and has 5 million views. She ain't worried about no Celtics and Yankees. And her 5 million people come every single day. They're not worried about
it. Is that a real site?
There's a site
okay.
There's worse than what I said. That was an example.
Damn.
But there's worse than that. Like, because that's what people want to see. They want to see just regular people doing regular things. And if they're not in the sports world, they're not in the sports world. And don't forget, YouTube is also out of America. We're talking American sports here, right? YouTube goes over to India and Dubai and China, whatever. So you have all of these people with their own lane, like you said. Those people come, that audience is going to come every single day, and they don't care about hearing from the Lakers or the Cowboys.
Like Ryan's World. Y'all know who Ryan's World is? Yeah. Do y'all know that little kid that be opening up gifts?
I don't know that.
Oh, this
Just
little dude.
unboxing.
Oh,
right?
man, he was unboxing, and now he got everything. He has such a mega.
But who now ESPN like you took the unboxing, and who they're doing it with now? Gruden. John Gruden's doing unboxing every day.
Oh, when he getting from the packages from the colleges.
Yeah, and again, it's nothing. He just
you
unboxes
get the packages from colleges
from Miami or Washington or Nebraska, and he just unboxes it, and it's a thing every day.
Right?
It's with Barstool.
Oh, Barstool.
It's a box of stuff, of gear. Because Ryan's World is just unboxing stuff.
I just got
I
on.
just got my Utah State one not too long ago.
What does it say on it? What does it say on it?
Utah State, probably.
About 3-4 sweaters.
Mine says Ivy League champions. I'm sorry. I was making sure.
Y'all won the shit?
Like I said,
we wanted to
at Utah State.
What do you mean last year? Yes.
Oh, okay.
So you don't believe us, huh?
No, they don't publicize.
It doesn't count. You said it
To our
doesn't count.
point.
That's what we're talking about.
To your point.
To our point.
To your point.
But then be real. If they put, hey, Columbia wins the Ivy League championship. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off.
They're going to think it's like lacrosse or something.
Those are people who are watching TV, not the majority of people on their phone and tablets.
How do you grow if you aren't exploring new territory? You know what I mean?
That's why ESPN's not growing.
You have to figure out where your new viewership is going to come from.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you appease a smaller crowd that doesn't want to hear about the Lakers all the time?
Because you're asking Rakim now to make a pop song.
Yes.
And it's going to look, Rakim, how many songs you made to your career? 100. How much money have you made? 10 million. You make this one song, you can make 100 million. Dude.
And they still be like,
come here. And he'd be like, oh, that's not me.
That's not
son.
me.
That's not, you know, like your essence. There is a line that you like, dog, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is for you, and I don't know what number would make you say I'm going to cross that line. Like, there's a line I would draw, and then I would redraw it and if you pay me more. Right, for real. Like, my values are valuable.
Like erase.
And you can,
My bad. I messed that up. I messed
You
that
can
up.
make me reevaluate my value if you give me enough money. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all ever played a game? All right, every locker room, tell me y'all played a game. The prison game. You ever played a prison game?
Whoa, pause.
Whoa.
First of all, pause.
No, y'all are nasty. Damn, I ain't mean that part.
NARPS, let's walk out.
Hey, in the locker room
You want
too.
to play a prison game?
In the locker room, he got all excited.
I don't want to be in the league.
Hey, y'all play.
Come here. You want to play a prison game? Come here. Come on, get over here.
This whole thing was a setup.
I'm glad I didn't make it.
He was playing the long game. Let's go,
Oh,
guys.
he's in a long game.
Let's go, guys. We're out of here.
I'm trying to get it out. I can't. Y'all ain't gonna make me laugh. All right, the prison game is this, donuts. How many, all right, for $1 million, would you go to jail for a year?
No.
See, this is the prison game. And you say, no. See, me, $1 million? Nah. Now, $10 million. Yeah. I gotta get this. Hey, baby. Hey, come here, MJ. All right, look, this year run hard.
Right.
I'll be back.
I'll be back 10 pounds heavier. Yeah.
So then everybody always got to know. So you still kind of knowing, huh? You like, nah.
At 1?
At 10.
At 10.
Oh, at 10, I'm taking penitentiary chances.
You take it. All right. I gotta go. You gotta go. John is not going. Family wealth, generational.
Yeah.
He like, nah. All right. Okay. Now, John. This is John. Now we isolate on John.
My
We're
wife
like
would send me, but I'm going.
50 mil.
I'm not going.
John, 50 mil. 50 mil.
Yeah.
See, everybody got their number.
Everybody got a price. Everybody got a price.
Tax or untaxed?
Oh man, nobody ever asked. We just can't. We just gross.
Right.
Gross.
But regardless, everybody got a number.
Now I won't lie. That's when the penitentiary game ends for y'all. But in our locker room, we went further. Let's just say that.
yeah.
We were like, all right.
Would you peanut butter or jelly?
I want to know what locker
Syrup
room this was.
or jelly?
Hey, you looked at some people different with some of their answers. Like,
And some of the questions. Some of the questions. And some of the questions.
Oh man. All right, let's go to this
HR
one.
wants to see you.
HR want to see.
Bring your
Mayonnaise.
playbook.
if they had an HR in the locker room,
Dog.
They can't.
They can't.
man, if they did.
They can't.
Hey, it was funny when I got to Jacksonville. I had to did the internship. We had those meetings. I'm over there. Look, I'm like, oh, this shit serious.
Well, what means? What's your
The HR means they went and tell us like you got to be careful how you talk to people with the because they had other women
be
interns.
decent.
Yeah, all that. But I mean that
Decorum, yeah,
stuff
professional.
serious. But when we were it was like 6 players, so we always messing with us because when we were in the locker room talking that shit, we'd be like, "Hey, I'm gonna call HR on your ass." Everybody shut up.
had to meet
We was at
They'll
a
shut
different.
you up
We were
quick.
coaches
Hey.
now. We weren't players. We like, hey, I'm okay. Call HR on your ass. We messed so we
That'll
used
shut
to,
you up quick.
joke around with people.
Oh, y'all gotta give me all right. While we on this, I want an ignorant story. This is a funny ignorant story. I could go more ignorant, but this used to crack me up. So every year, we used to have that big luncheon for the Chamber of Commerce, and we would all go to the hotel, big ballroom, and every table had one of the team members, right? So you at a table, DP at a table, and it's 6 local VP CEOs.
Yep.
They pay. You know what I'm talking about, right? So we used to go, and it seemed like almost nobody wanted to go.
Ever.
And I was like, dog, but this is a good meeting because look, there's about 500 people in there that when we done playing, we could be networking with. They
Business
got
partners,
connects,
yeah.
etc. And especially some of y'all gonna live in this city. So I used to always go in there with my Columbia spirit in mind, like I'm going to network and I'll be nice. And then my teammates would go in there, and we used to always play this game where we'd be talking in code. So like cats would be like, Mom, yeah, right. So then wait, so you sit there, and there's 50 tables of dudes sitting around, and then the people so uncomfortable and not understanding it would try to chime in and be like, "Oh yeah, that was good."
Right.
And what was
Like you don't even know what we talking about because we ain't talking about nothing.
Yeah, right. You're like, I don't get this shit. Why?
Yeah, you ain't talking about nothing.
And I was like, dog, we leave that meeting. Nobody got no business cards.
None.
They met a soul, and it's some real important people.
No
in there.
sponsorship deal.
Nothing.
None.
Not even used cars.
And then somebody be like, oh, this is my wife, and this is Susan.
Like what?
What a bar.
That's
What a bar.
hilarious and self-defeating at the same
I know.
time.
Yeah. And my coach used to always
did dumb
say,
stuff like
what
that.
happens is y'all acting like this,
But y'all gonna need
end up,
them.
y'all gonna end
Y'all
up
need
saying
them at
hello,
32
Yep.
saying
and
hello when
35.
it's time to say goodbye. And that's what happens to some of us.
I used to hate that when we were all at a restaurant or something, right? You got 6 black dudes sitting there, and somebody come up and say, "You guys play ball?" And we were trying to be cool and say, "Nah, we don't play ball." And I think that was the dumbest, most ignorant thing that we could do because we should have.
We didn't want to be bothered.
We didn't want to be bothered, but we could have handled it a better way.
But you also didn't want to be stereotyped. But you are the stereotype.
So you can't say both those things. You're
Right,
right,
Hey,
and you're right.
Hey, I'm right.
But I hate that that's how we handled it, though.
Hey, Hatch, we used to do that shit in Napa.
I hate that.
Yeah,
Napa during training camp. Everybody know.
Everybody
the Raiders
knows.
up there in training camp.
Everybody
Nah,
knows.
we don't play football.
We don't play ball.
We got 3 niggas who's 6'6", 320.
The whole
Yeah.
line. Nah, we don't play football.
Yeah, it's 2 on those.
But yeah, young players don't do that. You introduce yourselves, be professional,
You
and
never know, too.
because you do know in 10 years you're gonna have some type of relationship with somebody at that establishment.
There's
Probably.
been times where, they pick up buy you a drink, pick up some of your bill. I've
Absolutely.
had that happen many times, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it because it's funny. They say comedy is not funny when it's too on the nose.
On yourself.
Yeah, right. Like if you call a fat girl fat, that's not funny. Now, if you say, "Oh, you working on your weight," and you almost there, I can joke you out, right? So when I'm like, "Yo, dead on," they say that's not funny.
Many times this nigga could have been on my weight.
But
that was funny.
But you're not really
funny,
fat. You can dunk. This sucker can grab drones out of himself. I be wet snitching, dog. But no, he really ain't fat. You just big as hell.
You just big
know what I
bone.
mean? But if you were fat, everybody got somebody fat in their family for real, like almost bedridden. Like, yeah, God dang, auntie, you know what I mean? You don't joke her out. You be like, nah,
Y'all
all
leave
right.
her alone.
You leave her alone until she lose a little more weight. Then we gonna joke her ass out, right? That's what you do.
Ruthless. Grandma?
The truth. It's the truth. But here's the thing. I remember my last point on this. Y'all stupid. When you go to these events, like the old lady, you getting on the plane, boop, you got 2A, she's 2B. You sitting there, you putting your bag up.
First class flex right there, just in case y'all didn't catch that. But go ahead.
Them, right. You looking at your Gucci down to the socks like your Big Papa, and you putting all your stuff up, and she's like, sit down. Yeah, and you sit down to here, and she says, wow, you're big. Do you play football or something? And you feel like 2 answers. It's like, well, I got 2 answers. I know one. I am. But there have been many times I've been like, nah.
Yep.
And I'll be like, nah. And I'll be like, because I just look too on brand. Like, damn, I lived this long to just be exactly what you thought I was. And you just met me. I hated that shit.
And because you're sitting in 2B.
And because you're sitting in 2B.
And you're sitting in 2B.
You got money.
But
you felt like she reduced you to something.
I know.
But
she did. She just like,
though.
She did not.
She
What
did.
if she was bad? What if she was bad?
Oh, no. I'm telling her all day. I'm telling her first. I'm pulling out my NFL chain. I'm like,
You remember the cars we used to have?
everything.
You hungry?
Yeah. But I told y'all this story, I think. There was a time where an old lady, and I was sitting between an old lady and a real pretty young girl. And, one of them Houstons. And I was like, damn. Like, one of them ribs. Houston's got the fire ribs, right? So I'm like, gosh, she fine. And I was like, but so then you got to play it off. You can't just before take off, what's up? You know what I mean? I can't do it. So I'm like being cool. And the old lady hit me. She's like, excuse me, sir, do you play sports or something? And then I usually play that off. If you come up to me like, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm not. Don't you
Unless
play?
you know,
Unless you know, right? Because I don't want to be bothered. So I was like, and I said it like this. Yes, ma'am, I actually played football. I was drafted in 1997.
Bills.
My contract.
My contract is currently.
And then all I did after that, I finished, and I just kept it like this. You know how you look.
You
I
already
play
know
ball,
what it
girl.
is.
All I'm doing is this. 5, 4, 3.
Marcellus,
Where'd you play ball at again?
you did this.
Yeah. So you got a flex, man. I ain't mad. All right, let's talk about a flex.
But wait, did you get it?
Did I? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm undefeated on the flight.
All
Like,
right,
5
good.
hours? As much as I talk? I'm going to talk to you and it's like, all right, here, take my number. Shut up. I'm going to get that number. I'm undefeated on the flight, dog. Not in the club, but on the flight. Angel Reese and others may strike because of the pay disparity. A lot of people, as soon as you say pay equity, people got a problem, especially if you WNBA pay equity. Is this tone deaf or is this right on time? What you saying?
It's just they can pay crumbs. I mean, this is so low. I mean, I don't know how some of the lower end WNBA women are surviving. Like, you know, because it's very, very low. I mean, they got to get it up to something or guarantee that somebody gets some kind of endorsement deal to bring in some other type of income. Because for the lower ends who aren't Angel Reese's, aren't the big names that's getting all these endorsement deals, I feel bad for them.
Well, I mean, isn't like what's the minimum wage? Isn't like 75,000?
Yeah, I'm about to say, let's be tone deaf.
Yeah,
saying that's more than the average American.
Yeah, so they're making
Yes,
decent
it is.
money,
It's like 50.
and
it's
even 50.
But for an athlete that's
I mean,
on
I
TV,
understand that.
For an athlete.
For 4 months,
Keeping up with the Joneses.
for 4 months, I
mean, you have to keep that up during the other rest of the months.
That's even better. To their point, they're like, we just gave you $75,000 for 4 months. Go get you some more money somewhere else.
That's why they play overseas, a lot of them.
And they hate that.
And didn't they lose for $40 million last
year?
Okay, so hold on.
In
The
their most
average
successful year,
is
like,
37,729. That's the average, though. That's the average for the WNBA player.
Please look up the minimum.
G-League.
Damn.
That's like the G-League for the men.
Average. I mean, the minimum is lower. Oh, they out there making
my
substitute teacher money.
My bad.
While he's looking that up,
One day a week.
While he's looking that up, I said that last week when the Unrivaled League came in, they're paying more than the WNBA.
Yeah.
So that's why she probably feels comfortable making that statement like, hey, you guys are getting subsidized by the NBA. The NBA is giving y'all millions of dollars. Like, even though I think you got to be profitable to get more money, but at the end of the day, if they can go to these other leagues and make more than a WNBA, then of course they can strike.
I'm sorry, I messed up.
I knew
the
it.
average is between 66,000 and 78,000.
Okay.
That's the average.
And then the minimum is 37?
So, like,
So in
minimum
California,
would be
with that
66.
getting taxed?
Yeah, they're getting taxed. Yeah. So you making
that's not
30.
much.
Yeah, you making 39,
But
40 grand.
there's two conversations. Is it not much?
Or is
When
it fair?
a lot of people in this country are like, yeah, that's more than I'm making. But then there's a conversation of, is it
fair?
justified based on what you guys are bringing in?
It's justified because, again, it's off your ticket sales right now and your TV contracts. If the TV contract is not that $1 billion contract, you're not going to get paid. The NFL didn't get paid until you got the $1 billion TV contracts.
Yeah.
So
NBA is at
The
10
owners are still
billion.
getting paid.
they're supposed to. They own the team, right? So, but when we said here before, right? The NFL players in the 70s had other jobs. They were playing in the NFL for 6 months, and they went to another job.
realtors
We're still
and
at the beginning of the WNBA. They shouldn't be like, okay, we've been around for 100 years like the NBA. We should be. It doesn't work like that. You got to go ahead and go through this hard paint right here, and then at the end, you guys can get money in maybe 5-10 years. But right now, you're gonna set it up for the next people.
But they don't have the same rights and same media coverage as the 1970s.
Well, they got
They
they
have
could-
more,
they could
but they
go-
don't have all.
the
Exactly.
NBA's
So they
revenue
could-
was at $10 billion, and the WNBA was at $200 million, and that's including the licensing, media
Right.
rights, etc. So, like, how much do you expect if you only bringing in this percentage, always subsidized, never turned a profit, even in your most stellar year? You guys lost $40 million because that's all of a sudden they got the private charters in and a little more amenities, etc. So, how do you justify it?
So I'm gonna say this, and I know it's gonna be confrontational, but I don't care. It's just like in the real world, women be wanting equality only when it's beneficial for them. So it's like, y'all want more
You
money.
sleeping on the couch tonight.
I mean, I told her to say it's they want more money, but again, you're not bringing in the money to justify what you want. They cried and begged about the private jets, and now they're getting that. So
Chartered,
it's like,
not private,
Well,
chartered.
chartered jet, but it's like it's
Big
babies-
difference,
it's-
broke ass. Let me stop.
I don't live that life. Yeah,
Me either. That's what I'm saying. Somebody with a private jet, like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the point is though, like you got that. That was something that they were fighting for. You got it, and then it's like it's just
There's levels to
But
it.
my only
They're
thing
not
I
there-
would push
they're
back
not-
is men complain about pay equity too.
Yeah.
All these strikes we see all the time when we drive by and they be wanting us to honk and I ain't honking because I don't know what you're striking over. There's a lot of dudes out there. like people want to, everybody and their mama want to get paid more. It's just the WNBA is the one that probably has the most profile of right now. But all these labor unions and going back to the Teamsters and all this, that's men, dog. That ain't
the
no
right
women.
thing to do is for them to strike, though, because after this strike, it'll get another bump. But they're still not going to get paid what they want to get paid. But it's just another level 2 of their payment.
they might be
and then
striking
in 4
forever.
or 5 years, they'll strike again. The NFL guys have struck.
No, I mean for real. I don't know if they're gonna be in no rush to lose $40 million. They might be like, hey, we all ready. Hey, we here.
Yeah.
We all ready.
The
we
teams
here.
are valued. It's weird.
No, I'm
the teams
serious.
are getting higher valuations,
Yes.
but you're right.
I'm serious.
Like,
They might be like, hey, we all ready. Hey, we gonna be here.
we take a break from losing $40 million.
Yeah.
And there have been a whole lot of times in labor disputes where the owners are like, let me know when you come to your senses.
Big bank take little
So
bank.
They say that,
But
and
they don't
they
move
have
it.
the power. Big bank take little bank, but they both sides flinch.
Yes.
Like, both sides
The
cave a little
NFL
because
owners
you're like,
said the same thing, right? Well,
you
NFL
want
owners
your
and
business
players
to operate.
right.
Yes,
But,
because
but
it's your
you
business.
want the people who are in there to understand
be happy.
that you're not going to operate at a loss.
I mean, it does affect other
consistently.
people too.
Well, they've
So-
been operating at a loss for 20
so,
plus years.
So how do you? I don't. It's going to be really hard for them to strike because
man,
if you strike,
gonna
what are
be
you
like any
saying?
other
You're saying,
business
give me
striking.
more money out of your pocket.
That's
that
what
we're
every
not
strike is
making
about.
back.
We want more
no,
A, B,
no,
C,
but
and
it's
D.
but it's money they're not making back.
Right.
It's
that's why I
different
said
striking.
They're gonna
at,
make it
it's
back
different striking at
eventually
Amazon
because they're gonna get a bigger
But that's why I
TV
said-
deal.
that's why-
How do you
maybe
spell
not.
eventually? 30
Maybe
years?
not.
Yeah.
We don't. Again, that's
It's been
why they
30.
strike.
Maybe not.
It's
But
been about 30.
the players are saying, "Well, trust us. We're going to build this brand, and we're going to have a bigger TV deal in 2 years." And the owner's like, "Well, it could be 30 years away. We don't know." That's
why I said you don't know how long this strike gonna last.
We don't know.
That's why it's different.
It's very
And You can strike at Amazon. You can say, well, you're clearing these many billions of dollars every year. Give us a bigger piece of
Every
that
month.
pie.
Every month.
Every day.
Yeah,
every
day.
hour.
Yeah.
Every
Don't
every
insult
second,
them.
whatever. But if you're completely subsidized and you're losing money, you don't really have a ground to stand on.
Damn.
Yeah,
I think
but
the
that's what I
WNBA
was.
That's just
They're not.
I think they're a year or two away from getting the contract that they think they should get.
They'll never get the contract.
well,
they think.
yeah.
Every NFL player who makes $40 million still thinks they should make 45.
Big facts.
So
But-
that it's never going to stop. This is what pro sports is, and this is the first time that they're going to be out. Right? They're gonna what's it called? What are we waiting on again? What's the word?
What? Strike?
Strike. Yeah, I was gonna say picketing.
You okay?
Like-
you didn't even go out with us
only
this weekend. This mother. I can see Justin
this
hung
is
over
why.
still. Just hung
Right?
over. Look at Justin. Look at the guy holding his shoulder.
But how is the NBA? How's the WNBA gonna keep growing? Caitlin Clark,
Like any other sport.
Well, no, just listen to what I'm saying.
Am I?
Caitlin
Tone
Clark.
set- reset the tone.
Caitlin Clark is a generational talent.
So is
And
Juju. She ain't even in the WNBA yet.
Yeah, but the paint,
The what?
the Earl Scheib is different, and you got to understand the Earl
Rand.
Scheib. So
Hold on.
the paint job is different.
What that got to do with it?
Nothing.
What do you mean?
You don't like the paint job conversation.
Well, I don't know where it lands.
Well,
Yeah.
it landed.
That was very
it
random.
It lands with
Michael
Caitlin-
Jordan, the biggest
Paint job.
NBA player,
Biggest paint job
and that
there ever
paint
was.
job ain't white.
Caitlin Clark was the best
Floyd's the
player.
biggest boxer
She was
ever.
the best
He-
player. She was straight and she was white. That's a perfect storm.
But no, it's not a perfect
Well,
storm. It's
well,
still
it was-
Paige Buckets is gonna come in and do her thing.
Nobody is excited about Paige
Except
Buckets.
for who?
like Paige
Like
Buckets.
not like Caitlin Clark.
Not
Not
more
like
than
Caitlin. She's
I
not
am
more,
no
but
more than Juju. You're not more excited about her than Juju.
I think you're
Stop.
missing the point of you're saying, oh, it's not going to go anywhere. Yes, we're on the way. Us
I'm
talking
saying
about
where's the next
You're-
transcendent
But
talent?
why does it have to be such these
It
big
doesn't
leaps?
have to
Why you
be.
just
That's
can't
what
take
I'm saying.
step
It's just
Juju,
another level.
Paige, the 6'6" girl that I just heard
Yes.
about. Like
I-
I didn't hear about a 6'6" girl before that I cared
I
about.
can, but that doesn't mean that it's going to grow your base enough to give them a whole lot more money.
what's a lot
I don't think
more?
you need another Jordan Magic Bird. I think you need all the things in between, like a Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yes.
Like I
a
don't know
better
if it is enough
brand.
flowers.
It's just
Not
going to be.
junior, but-
It's going to
I mean,
be.
junior-
It's going to
senior,
continue.
senior.
It's going to continue. It's going to
Juniors, you're
continue
good,
to
but
grow
Daddy was
because it's
it.
going to be a better
Good point.
brand of basketball
Good point.
because you have better players coming into professional sports. Just like there's 16-year-old girls right now you've never heard of
Never
that are
heard
going to
of.
be playing the WNBA that is going to be
Dennis
part of
Rodman.
this.
Like you need all of that.
You need
can't
all
just
of
say
it.
Magic, Bird, Jordan,
And that's
then
the
be
whole NBA. No.
Tim Hardaway Sr. really moved. Like I was watching NBA, and when I saw him doing that, I was locked in. I
Timmy
was like, yo,
two-step.
this is. Dog, he was just dancing with people. But my point is, there's going to be a lot of dancers coming into the league for the WNBA. Ooh. And those people, they are going to set it off. Because we're going to have Juju. We're going to have Paige. We'll have Caitlin. We'll have Asia. We'll have those big pillars. But then you'll have everybody to fill the room up with,
which is a better brand.
We're gonna see
because you're not bullish on it.
So you're saying they're just gonna fall apart and nobody's gonna?
I think it's gonna stay kind of how it is. Unfortunately,
how it is now or how it was a couple years ago?
How it is now. I think it's.
So it's grown from 5 years ago. So now we're just gonna stop growing.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna. Yeah, I think it's gonna plateau. For
so even with
I
Juju
agree.
coming in, just
absolutely,
no,
yep.
not happening.
I think it's gonna plateau.
We're watching March Madness. We're watching more of the girls March Madness this year than we did last year, and more people watching girls March Madness.
Who is?
The World of America.
Where are you getting that
World
from?
of America.
From TV.
Where are you getting that from?
TV.
Where are you getting
From
that
TV.
from? Where?
I can only look at
Hey,
Google.
man, these
You're right. I don't
diplomas-
have proof.
Hey, stop giving out these diplomas so easily.
That's Langston right there.
The World of America.
The World of America.
I don't
right?
know.
I don't know who else.
I don't know the ratings right now. The ratings went up, obviously. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese that first year and the second year. I don't know right now, but I know we're interested. UCLA finally beat USC. That's interesting.
Yes.
And then how it's going to play out. But I don't know if the ratings are higher. Anything Caitlin Clark touches is gold. We know that. That's okay because there's been in times of NBA we had those, the big three, Magic, Bird, and Jordan.
Absolutely, and I want the WNBA to grow. I'm rooting
don't
for
sound
them.
like it.
Well, no, I'm a realist,
Yeah.
and I'm looking at the metrics of it all and what took it from 2 years ago to last year. It was Caitlin Clark.
Right.
Even Dawn Staley
And-
was like, "You grew our sport." I mean, come on now.
So you're
you
saying
gotta
Dawn Staley hasn't
stop,
grown the
stop,
sport?
Hatch, stop,
In
because you're not
college,
being
not the
intellectually
WNBA.
honest right now. That's not being intellectually honest.
I don't even know what that means. It's so intellectual.
That's his
Well, because you right. I mean, come on now. This is a Caitlin Clark effect. And at some point,
facts.
that effect starts to level off.
Not
and
when
wear
she's getting
off.
better
They ain't
every
gonna
single
be able-
day. She's young. She's still a baby. She's
was a
got 10
rookie.
more years.
Right,
No,
but
I think
that's
it was that initial
when
splash.
when are you the hottest? You're the hottest in the club in the
When you
first
do.
10 minutes you walk in the door.
If
It's
you
not
do.
3 hours later when everybody has seen you for 3 hours.
No,
standing around with a
so you're
drink in
saying
your
the
hand?
the Michael Jordan was hotter as a rookie than he was in his 10th year? That makes
get him.
no
Well,
sense.
Well, he got better.
Caitlin Clark is
Clark
getting
get better?
better.
Do you
And
think she?
you gotta win.
I don't think she's getting much better than what she already is. She
How?
literally came in
You
playing.
think, so
she
why?
plays
So in
the
the all
same
season
game
she
did
just
in-
chills.
What
She's
else?
going to become a better shooter. She's going to be
She's
a
already
leader.
an elite shooter.
She didn't even shoot well from the three
That's
compared to
what
her
I'm saying.
numbers
Do you
this
think-
year.
She was
Do you
an
guys
elite
think
shooter
Caitlin
coming in.
Clark's going to hold out with the rest of them? That's going to be the big question. Is Caitlin Clark going to be on board if everybody else wants to hold out and boycott? I don't think Caitlin
Will
Clark.
she cross the
I don't
picket
think
line?
I don't think Caitlin Clark's going to be aboard on that.
No,
She
that's
has
a
too
good
much of
point.
an
Well,
image.
she's-
and
if
the
she's
face.
part of the players'
So
union,
it's
she
not
will.
going to be any. It's not going to be any holdout or boycott if Caitlin Clark's not a part of that. And I think all of them know that, and that's the biggest person they need to get on board.
But if she's
she'll be
not,
on
but
board.
everybody else is, they still
She'll
gonna
be on
boycott.
board with her
She's
team.
only one person.
She just
And
she's not gonna cross the picket line by
at the
herself.
bottom line, there's only so much money they're going to give them.
That's the thing.
I don't think it's a good idea.
It's a loss.
Just keep growing.
How
I don't
much
think it's a good
would you give us coming out of your pocket every week at a loss?
How much have I given you so far? The same amount.
Exactly.
I didn't want to say it, but
But I'm
Settle.
trending up.
Exactly.
Almost a D say settle.
That's exactly how it's gonna go. At
shit.
some point, you're gonna be like, "No, I'm
Dog,
not gonna keep
this
giving
is-
you my money."
This is what happens in music industry especially, but it just happens on like growing up. Like I always thought that high school, really junior high, but high school, every kid goes through is a time to cash out. And what it means is, do I go to the streets? Do I start chasing looking fresh? Do I need a car my junior year? Like you start doing things and making decisions based on it's time to look like I got it. When all you got to do is just hold your breath a little longer, stack it up, do some work, and all the things you chasing gonna chase you, right? And so I think this is the WNBA. They just got a taste of like, ooh, they got their first dose, and they like, oh, I gotta have that.
First one's free.
First one's free, right? And now they coming back like I need it all, and they like, If they were,
I don't think they're saying they need it all. We need more. They're not saying all. Like I think it's just another level to it.
But isn't that audacious when you're saying more and you ain't gave me nothing? Like I've been paying you $40 million.
The difference between like all the other strikes, I think baseball, when NBA did it like 10 years ago, everybody, they're striking when the leagues are making a lot of money. And they're like, hey, y'all are making so much money.
We want
need
more.
a little bit more.
Yes.
In their cases, it's like you're not being realistic because y'all are losing money every year. How can you ask for more?
The toughest thing
That's ego.
Welfare. Welfare ego.
When we
The
strike,
last one was
were
what
you still playing
2012
when
or
we
whatever, 14.
Were
That's
you
the
playing
last
when we
one.
still strike?
I've never
done.
struck.
So look, when the NFL
Strike.
when the NFL had to strike,
You know why?
That's that yak.
with the NFL,
And I never. You know why I can't say it? Because I never would.
if they do strike,
Good as this football is to
but
me.
you have to look at it like this: if they do strike, because when we did the strike in the NFL, I just got my deal like a year or 2 years before that, so I had money in the bank. But it was a lot of guys. I had to loan money too during that strike, younger guys. And if I was in that position where I just started getting good with my money and started really being responsible with it maybe about 2 years before I got my deal. So if I wasn't like that, I would have been one of the guys having to do that. And you got to look at the WNBA with the money that they make. A lot of these guys that are girls that are on the tail end, they're going to be hurting during this.
Or even on the
Hold
high
out,
end,
and it's
DP.
going to be tough. Yeah, it's going to be tough
No,
for them.
they got
Hold on,
options.
I'm going to
They
finish
living right.
one more thing. It's going to be tough for them to be strong and be solid and hold it and stay as long as possible, because that's one of the reasons why we folded a lot, because a lot of guys were like, man, hey, I need this money, I need this check, because they weren't getting paid all season, they weren't getting paid that. Also, it's going to be hard for them to stay strong and stay together and keep this lockout going. I think if they even do go for a lockout, I just think it's going to be hard.
You're gonna break.
And even cats who make money spend over what they should be spending. So
who are you talking about? Everybody was spending that money.
you know what I mean?
Boy.
So it affects
that's-
everybody.
You
So
want to
it's-
see somebody go broke? Give them money when they're young. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a racial thing. It's none of that. It's like, dog, I'm
Financial
23 and I can go to the club and buy it. And then everybody with me can't. So I'm going to take care of them. And then I'm going to try and impress you. And then my family see me living this way. So I'm going to make sure I close that gap. Next thing you know, a big heart will get you broke.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I
one
mean?
thing I was happy why I wasn't drafted. I was happy I came in a free agent and I had to work away, because I feel like if I would have came in and they gave me all that, woo, it might have been a different outcome.
I've
You know
heard
what
people
I'm
say
saying?
that, but
It
I'm
might have been
like,
a
the money
different
go
outcome.
zero is zero.
Regardless, it's gonna be, you're
How
gonna
you get to
spend it.
zero is zero.
First rounder money,
Yeah.
free. You're gonna spend the money you
Yeah,
have
you're right.
because it's the
I
first
definitely
time you're
did.
able
I'm
to
not saying I
spend
didn't.
money.
No, I know.
My
That's
first-
like you saying you wake up want to be an underdog. Stop lying. No, you don't.
Man.
You want to be the big dog.
I will say I think they'll be all right if they strike, because they also are the same one. One, they're not making enough where they really probably living off of that anyway. But they're the same ones that always complain that they make more money playing overseas than they do in the WNBA.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of them,
They do.
majority of them, when the WNBA season is over, they go over there and get
True,
their
you're right.
bigger
Well,
check.
Well, that's
You're
why
right. See,
Brittany
they do
Griner
got that
was
to
in Russia.
Yeah, they do got that to fall back on. See, NFL, we ain't had that to fall back on. So
Yeah. They play
you
in
do make a
other
point.
leagues.
Yeah, you
They
do
don't
make a
just
point.
play
And they
here.
make better money over there, you're saying,
Well,
too.
some of them do, but a lot less are doing that now because they can go make that 100,000 or 200,000 on their social media now.
Right,
So
but that's my
they're-
point.
a lot of them used to go overseas. They're not as many going overseas anymore.
But my point is that they have other options.
Absolutely.
They've always had options
Absolutely.
of making more money than what they actually make in the WNBA.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is
So-
great. I mean, again, I think it's evolving regardless. I don't think this is like,
And they
it's
hate
over.
it.
Yeah, this is the way.
hate that.
WNBA is a platform for the players to go out on social media, make more money, do their side gigs. And it's not like Angel Reese is giving up the McDonald's money back to the WNBA to pay those
Everybody
who aren't
else,
making, right?
Yeah.
Unless they start doing a deal like that, going,
That won't
WNBA,
happen.
you guys are making money outside, pay it back, 10,
No, that's
20%.
not gonna happen.
No, I know, but that's so why is she standing up trying to fight for everyone? She's making bank. I think she's
Well-
just trying to get attention here too.
No,
Yeah.
she's doing what Caitlin's doing. They're talking for girls basketball, which is great. And
Yeah.
and it's like
She
that's
has
what
to,
it.
too,
She has
John,
to
because
do
she has to be
that.
politically correct. She can't be the one not speaking up when
Yeah.
she is what you're saying, the face and that woman. She has to, because if not, they're gonna be looking at her like.
Well,
why
yeah,
are
you got to
fighting
look
for
out
me?
for the group when
Right.
you're the one. You know, if
But
not,
this gonna
who
be-
is?
Is this going to be Angel, Caitlin both fighting? Are they both speaking up? Is everyone speaking up?
Caitlin's
any girl,
Caitlin will be late to that conversation.
Yeah, so
of course.
is this
No,
why she's doing
I
it
think
more
no.
so?
Caitlin's definitely speaking up. And again, if you talk to the NBA players who are speaking up for WNBA and the top say 15 girls in the WNBA, they're all having these conversations every single day. When they're on a podcast, they're on media, they're talking about the brand. That's helping just that much more than it was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So the brand is going up. It's just how much is that dollar amount worth is the question that nobody can seem to answer right now.
Another important thing too is it's not really them. I'm gonna give them some slack, cut them some slack, because I feel like the WNBA is not in tune with their players. And a prime example of that is with the Las Vegas Aces. You remember when, I think it was last year, when it was the city of Las Vegas, they did like an endorsement there where they were sponsoring the team. And I don't know if they put up like $1 million or 1.2 and every player was getting like 100,000 or something like that. My numbers might be off.
Okay.
But they were sponsoring the team, so every player got like a nice check. And then the WNBA came and shut it down and said you can't do that because it wasn't fair to the other teams.
Right.
Damn.
So
It's like the baseball model.
Let the dominoes start falling. Other
that's
teams
the
do
point.
it.
That's what I'm saying. They're not reading the room because
Yeah.
you should allow that. And then what that does is it incentivizes these whoever in other cities
To do it.
to do the same for their
They
team.
were scared they weren't going to get it from the other cities, and the
Exactly.
other Oklahoma City would be only $100,000, and it wouldn't be fair. Blah blah.
Yeah.
Blah. But I see what you. Yeah.
WNBA president has been under scrutiny before because, one, how did you get to this place where even in our best year we still losing money? So obviously that comes with heavy criticism. I just hope they fix it. I am so selfish. I got 2 daughters, and I'm like, I would love in their athletic pursuits for me. This is not that I'm not saying they're gonna make the WNBA. I'm saying if my daughters at a certain age still want to play basketball, I'm saying, what's your future in that? Like anything they do, if they come to me and say, "Well," I'm saying, "What's the future in that?"
Yeah.
And if there's no future to have a career in there, I'm putting that at the bottom. That's your elective.
But the same dad said that to the son about playing in the NFL in the 70s. It's just going to take time, right? Like, there's no money in football. Don't do
In
it.
the 70s, they
Well, in
weren't
the
getting
70s
endorsement deals either.
But I'm
Like,
just,
you know,
I'm
yeah,
just, that's
no, I know what you're
I'm
saying.
It's like, but I just think it's a time. You just got to ride this wave. It's going to get
elbow
more.
me one
Shut
more
up,
time.
nigga. It's so,
But, yeah.
you see what I'm saying?
At
So
the
it's,
time-
it's still
well,
so
yeah, it's-
early in this sport. Like, I just say, give
But
it
if I
some
were
time.
born, say I'm born in '74. If I were born in '54, so I had to play in the '70s.
Yeah.
I would have been a boxer.
Because that at the time,
Because at the time,
yeah.
6'5", 270,
Yes,
6'4",
you would've been
270,
a heavyweight, yep.
heavyweight champ.
Well, you be calling for grandma.
Oh, see, don't get it twisted. I'm
That's the
soft.
way you saying so and all that.
I
You
am
ain't
the
been no
soft
boxer.
punk.
Shit.
Until
you
it's
ever been that
time
one
to.
boxer that got all them losses? You remember they got one win?
I ain't getting hit. I ain't hitting nobody. But if that's my job, that's how I'm gonna make money. But it's funny that you say that because sports history shows how even body types. We talked about this. Malcolm Gladwell talks about birth dates. All these things really come into play when you talk about becoming something. And I feel like as a parent, I am not letting my kids pursue anything with that much attention if they don't have a destination that's desirable.
Well, sure you will.
No, I won't.
Sure you will.
Go.
Because if they are showing that much desire, then there's a way to find the end result. And you're
No. Okay, let me give you this example. For the men, there's no pro beach volleyball. But for the women, there is.
Yes, there is.
Who wants to watch
no.
men in what you walk through in the combine?
no.
Who
Men-
wants to watch
yes,
men
there
what you
is.
walk
Men's
through the combine
volleyball.
in?
there is.
You
There
know
are
what
pro
I'm
leagues all over the world.
Yeah, and no, there's not there's men or women. I don't know, one of the two. Because I know there's a woman's coming
Fact
that
check for him,
I was
please.
going to invest in
Fact
it.
check right now.
But the point is this. All right, give me a sport that there's no pro.
There's a pro in everything now.
Is there really?
Heck, I mean,
Yeah, but they don't make no money.
right. They don't make no money in like bowling and all these things.
Give me there's no sport that they make no money. Lacrosse? There's no pro lacrosse.
Yeah, there is. Of
Really?
course. And it's on ESPN. all
Really?
the time.
Pro lacrosse?
Absolutely.
All right.
I didn't know that. Neither.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. What's
Absolutely.
how much they making? You've changed my mind.
I don't know how much they're making.
got row-
but-
they got
but
professional
there's-
rowing?
there's
They're
a-
not
There's a pro level.
Well, it depends on what you call pro. Just because they don't have a TV contract doesn't mean they're not.
Well, they
pro.
do have a TV
I know.
contract.
That's what I'm saying.
Is there pro squash?
They got pro everything.
They do got pro cornhole, so
They got pro everything.
I'm sorry, baby.
And
That doesn't
smacking.
mean that they're on TV. Doesn't mean that they're getting money.
Pro smacking.
There's
There's pro
flag.
axe throwing
There's
now.
flag football, but
Okay,
people
we
don't
get
call
a little
them.
loose for pro.
That's
now.
what I'm saying.
All right,
It
let me get
depends
back to
on-
what I mean by pro. Baby, can you live off of what you're doing? That's pro.
Do you have another job?
WNBA can,
If you have
right?
another job and you do this, then it's not pro, right? If you have another job, that means you're doing this and you're also
Well, no,
having.
because the professional football players who
Not,
in the
but
70s,
not. I'm talking about now. 2025. If you have another job,
We got to have some designation.
you see what I'm saying?
But I mean, if
you're in the
pro
training
means you
squad,
make $5,
trainer
you're
roster,
pro.
are you pro?
You're like, oh, that's fine. That's pro.
I mean,
Practice squad.
practice squad. You're pro.
Absolutely, you're pro because you don't
A
have
lot of-
another job.
Right, but a lot of them can't survive.
Yes, they can survive.
Survive? Yes, you
they
can.
can.
I mean-
if you're an idiot with your money, then that's on you. But you can survive.
He's like, you
paying-
can't floss. He ain't
Nah.
mean survive.
Just 'cause you
I
ain't
mean,
in a-
it means thrive.
But I guess it's all how you spend. So yeah, I agree. You're right.
All right, we got 2 breaking news topics. It won't be breaking news when this comes out, but we're gonna talk through it real quick. Donald Penn don't break it. Donald Penn,
Break it down.
Since he got
Coming
focus
to you
issues.
live.
He always on his phone.
Yeah,
so then
yeah.
he be breaking the news because he be on Twitter. What you got?
We got Sam Donald to Seahawks, $110 million 3-year deal.
we knew that was
Solid.
coming.
And
That's
we
good.
got Justin Fields to the Jets, 2 years, $40 million deal. I like that deal.
Those are pro numbers
Because
too.
they're not the Jets aren't really giving too much, and then
That's
they're not,
cheap
They're
for-
not exactly.
That means they're
I
gonna
think
get a
Justin
quarterback
Fields is
in the
gonna
first
really
round.
do something. I like Justin Fields. I really do like Justin Fields a lot. I'm not sold on Sam Donald. I'm really not sold on Sam Donald.
Justin Fields has not done anything like Sam Darnold did last year, and you sold on Justin Fields?
Because Sam Donald was around, like the offensive coordinator and having
Justin Jefferson
having Justin
and the
Jefferson
offense
and
and
a great
Addison and all
defense
them.
and stuff like that. Addison around there. There's no way you could. He played in the system.
So Justin Fields has none of that. So the Jets will again. They're going to draft quarterback in the first round.
How much did Darnold get?
110 for 3. That's good.
3
That's
years.
solid. The Vikings should.
Neither one of those are I'm marrying you. One is
exactly.
I'm in love, and one is I like you a lot.
Yeah, I like
yeah.
him. Like, we still going
Like
out.
we
living
promise
together.
ring.
Yeah,
We
20
living,
million.
we living together.
Yeah, 20 million.
Yeah.
But they can easily draft, like you said, first
Yeah, they
round
can
and be
draft
like,
first
stop
round,
playing
for
with me.
sure.
55 guaranteed for Sam Donald.
And that's not a
Vikings
that's
shoulda
not
gave
a
him that.
situation for success for Justin Fields either.
I
mean, and-
unfortunately,
And that's what.
but that's why that's
Money
number
talks.
2 money.
Right.
That's not number 1 money.
You know the
we don't
Pittsburgh
believe
boys.
that you can take us to the Super Bowl.
And
You're
at
gonna
his
compete.
At
You're
his
gonna
point
compete.
in
You're
his
gonna compete with this
career,
rookie.
it would seem like he needs. He's at a crucial point
No,
right
he's
now.
not. He's still
No,
got,
he's still
he got
too
10
young.
years left.
Yeah, he's still too young.
think?
He's only 24.
They're ready to throw him on the scrap heap already.
The people who don't know what they're talking about. 32 general managers, like, I would take Justin Fields as a backup quarterback in a heartbeat. And then when he's 27, 28, he'll peak. He's not peaking yet. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Because he's still
I like
athletic.
Justin Fields. I wish the Bears had kept him. To
I agree.
be
They
perfectly
should have
frank.
kept him.
I think they should.
They would have had the exact same
everything
record.
else and
They would have had the same record. They should have kept him.
and done the same thing they're doing for Caleb. They should
I
have done
agree.
for Justin.
I agree.
Well, let's
100.
talk about this quarterback, Jalen Hurts, who is former teammate Darius SALAAM. SALAAM says, I hate the timing of this because
Yes,
now you're not my
now you're not
teammate. Now you're
ego,
going to tell the
yeah.
truth. But he said Jalen Hurts is not an elite quarterback. He says the elite goes to the top 4 guys. That's how I do elites. For me, elite in the quarterback world goes to Burrow, Mahomes, Jackson, and Allen, who got paid as well. Y'all agree with Darius Slade, former teammate, or y'all like, nah, Jalen is
his definition then is safe and yes, right? If his saying these are my top 4,
his Mount Rushmore.
his Mount Rushmore, and then as a thrower of the ball, you don't fit in this Mount Rushmore, then he's correct.
If I was at a team, I'll take all 4 of those over Justin.
Except the Eagles.
Jalen Hurts. I'll take all 4 of those over Jalen Hurts. So I do agree with him. But Jalen Hurts did come and just win the Super Bowl too, and he proved a lot of people wrong by throwing the ball in the Super Bowl a couple times when he had to and making some perfect, very, very nice passes. So I want to see what Jalen Hurts is going to do next year to combat this. But I do agree; those are top 4 names that you are
Okay, y'all
hard
playing
to
it
battle.
safe. I'm gonna take the governor off of this.
Okay.
Because y'all hiding behind that. Well, he said
No,
4 and
no.
this is 4.
Those 4
Okay,
great.
No,
yeah.
I don't.
Is he elite or not?
But those are 4 great.
Is he elite or not?
No, this my point. He's elite at what he does. He's
his
not
system.
elite at what
I don't think
Patrick
he'd be
Mahomes.
that-
How
Because
cute
if
she
If he ain't at
is.
Barkley, I don't think he would be that. He'll be as
That's
good
what-
as he was.
That's what you say about ugly babies. Oh, she cute.
She's cute. Oh,
she's cute. Oh,
Or
she
like, oh, she's got a good laugh. She got a good personality. Yeah.
She cute for her,
If you-
for her parents.
I feel that every player in the NFL has to fit the system to be successful. Like every player in the NFL, you got to fit the best of the best. The Mosses, Marshall Falks. They went to other systems and they performed at a high level. And those are the top people in the world out of 8 billion, right? So Justin doesn't fit that. To me, he has to fit the system.
Jalen Hurts.
I'm sorry, Jalen doesn't fit that. He's got to fit the system.
So he's not elite.
He's elite to me because
to me, my truth is there's 5 genders.
Because he's in Philly, and that's the system.
Come back to me.
Is it
my
being
truth? My elite.
He's elite to me. He's elite to me. I love it.
Being a winner, what makes you elite? Is it doing?
I know how you paused and waited for me to no.
Well, no, I'm saying
because I know people who have lost and they are elite. You want to know? Barry Sanders never won it all.
Yeah,
And
but
he was elite.
Okay, but it's not exclusive. But being a winner and everybody talks about the quarterback being the most important position in all of sports.
Mm-hmm.
This man was the most important position on a team that won the biggest game of the whole year.
Yeah.
Yes.
How is he not elite?
He is elite. He is elite.
Because there have been sorry quarterbacks, quote unquote sorry. Trent Dilfer, who I love, one of the best commentators, but not a great
Not sorry,
quarterback. Wasn't elite.
Wasn't it?
And I say sorry like in a locker room way.
Right,
All right, not an elite quarterback one. There's many of them. You know, you could go with
Flacco.
Brad Johnson.
Flacco, yeah.
Like, so winning it at the most important
Brad
position does
Johnson
not
was a
make you
quarterback.
elite. And it never did. Doug Williams wasn't elite. Like, don't do that. Like, it's okay.
They're elite.
You gotta put it like this.
They're elite.
He's elite.
They're all elite.
He'll be my number 5 on the list.
Who? Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, he'll be my number
And
5.
that's elite. That's elite.
Exactly. He has 4.
That's
He'll be
elite.
my number
5
5
out
on
of
the
8 billion.
Number
people
5
in the
is
world.
elite.
That's
Exactly.
elite.
You're taking Jalen Hurts over
Justin Herbert.
Yes. Why not? Why wouldn't
That's
you?
a good point.
that's one of
yes.
them arguments I don't make out loud.
Absolutely.
Inside my head,
You
I'm
know what my
taking
next
Jalen
question
Hurts.
was going to be? Who would you put at number 5? But I ain't want you to say, "Oh, you doing an interview now?" That's why
I don't say that like you can't.
That's why I ain't
I just
asking.
say it like it's a good joke. You gotta admit it's a good joke when it works.
I'm gonna take a page out of your book, and if I heard that, I'd be like, so. Because here's the thing.
So
Eli wasn't elite, even though you can't spell elite
Eli's
without
elite.
Eli.
Yeah, NY.
Eli's elite.
Eli got 2 of them things.
and he's going to the Hall of
Right,
Fame.
right.
He's elite.
But nobody ever considered
Or is
him an
he?
elite quarterback, even though he has 2 rings.
elite.
And he beat an elite quarterback to get them. But Jalen just won on the biggest stage. So I don't think anybody puts him in that top 4, above the top 4 that were listed.
No.
But at the end of the day, you a champion. So what
Top
does it
4
matter?
throwers of the ball.
No, don't do that. I don't like these mattresses y'all trying to lie on. Oh, he said 4, so then he's elite because of his 4. And if it was
I said
5,
I didn't
no,
say
you
that.
just said, oh well,
I said that.
you just won it all, so hey, you're elite. No, we just said how many guys have won it all that weren't elite. I'm asking a real question. Y'all scared of Jalen
I
Hurts?
said he's not in the elite.
Okay.
I said he's not elite.
He's
But I'm
not.
saying I wouldn't care because I just won. Like
Would you care if your teammate leaves you and the day he leaves, he tells you you're not elite? Would
Not
you
if
want
I
to-
just won. I just won on the biggest stage. You could say whatever you want. I
mad.
just
You think
won.
your
I just
teammates-
showed and proved.
He
You think
mad.
your teammate's out of bounds?
His team ain't mad.
course.
Slay hot. He a little hurt, man.
Right, he's
Yeah.
butt hurt.
He a little
he
hurt,
look- he
man.
looks
He in his
soft.
feelings
That
a
looks
little
soft
bit.
by
He in
doing
his
that.
feelings a
That's
little bit.
And
it's
he
weak.
and he,
It's weak.
he
It's
did
weak.
more. Jalen did more for them to win the championship than Slay did. So what's he
Facts.
talking
Different
about?
positions.
Where is
Yeah.
he on the scale?
There's nothing Slay could do unless get 9 pick sixes in the game that's going to be important like a quarterback.
Exactly.
But is it weak if I tell the truth later?
After. That's the
After.
question.
Is that weak? Because you could have told. I didn't
Then
lie.
it's not the truth.
The weakest is I left and lied.
Say it when you there.
He got, but
why
what was
say it
the
when I'm
question?
there?
What if the question wasn't asked while you was there?
Ooh.
Then don't say it at all. If you wasn't
But the
going to say
question
it
was
when you
asked
was
to
there,
him.
don't say it now.
The question was asked to him.
But the question asked later. Or
we talked about this earlier.
Like,
you
if
don't
I
got to
ask you-
answer everything.
If I don't ask you who the top 5 street ballers in New York is, how am I gonna know? It's you. You feel me?
I get where you trying to go with that.
You feel me?
Right. Give him that. That's real stuff. Like, there's something. He's not convicted of first-degree felony like BS. Darius Slay. It's like a second degree because he didn't lie.
It's first-degree hateration.
It is.
First degree.
Yeah. We're going to lose in civil court.
Premeditated hateration. That's right.
You could have just not answered.
I ain't gonna lie, I watched it too. And he was ready to answer. He was excited to answer. He was ready to answer.
And that's where our
when that question came, he
Ask
was
me
like,
this when the camera come on.
when that question came, he was like, oh,
Right.
Yeah, he knew that question was coming.
No, he was.
DP,
No, he was like, "Hey, make sure you ask me this question."
That's what I just said.
And DP, he could have always said, well, you know what? These cats throw the ball better, but my guy was perfect for our team. Yeah. So there's something going on. There's something else going on with that.
What is going on when I look at this? Here's the fifth one. Nah. Will you take Jalen Hurts over Jared Goff? Just yeses and nos.
Yes.
Okay. Saw him at the game the other day, the Clipper game again. Damn, everybody in the Clipper game.
Cheapest. I want to ask question for Matthew Stafford.
What about Jaden? All right, Matthew Stafford or Jalen Hurts.
Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford
could
best
throw quarterbacks in NFL history.
Yeah, he could throw.
He could throw. I seen him.
But he can't do what Jalen Hurts does. But he can throw the ball like no other.
What about Jaden Daniels?
No, still too
I'm
early.
taking Hurst. I gotta see a little more.
I'm taking Jaden Daniels.
No, he's got 17 games.
Excuse me for liking the girl first day of school, but I'm in love. You
can be in
like
love.
as soon as I see Jaden Daniels, I'm like, that's her. Like that is it.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. You're hottest when you first get there.
No, I didn't say that.
No,
So
this does
he
not
gonna
work.
get better.
This is not working.
We don't know.
This doesn't work.
We're
We
gonna
do
have,
know.
we're gonna
We
have
do
more
know.
time.
We go to Slauson Swap meet.
We're gonna
Get
have
our
more
some gear.
tape. We're gonna have more tape. We'll see. Everybody thought that C.J. Stroud was gonna get better.
He is
True.
getting better.
Sophomore
He's in
slump.
2 years.
Right, but I'm saying
But his
Don't
second year
say it
wasn't
like
good.
that.
second year wasn't the
Second year
first
wasn't his
year.
first
It was a
year.
decline.
And that's what I'm saying. You're the hottest when you first get there.
No, he's gonna be an MVP in 6 years. He's not gonna be hot. That
Maybe.
makes no
We-
sense.
we
A lot of
hope.
ifs and
But
maybes.
that's a roller
Ifs
coaster.
and buts.
Success is not linear, Matthew Hatchett.
Exactly, but
What
he
about
will
this? Baker Mayfield or
Taking-
Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
I love Baker, though.
Let's go to this one. Last one, Jordan Love.
I'm taking
Jalen.
Love.
Ooh, that's
Because
tough.
I'm
good.
biased
That's
because I
good.
went to Utah State.
Jordan.
All right, so you're right. I think Jalen Hurts probably he's in everyone's top 5.
He's in the
Jaden
league.
Daniels is scary, and people will flirt with.
Jaden's coming. Yeah, Jaden Daniels is coming.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Paul.
I can't deal with y'all. Why y'all struggle
I-
to?
I'll let you live.
Thank you.
You might pull out a
Thank
bad
you.
outfit out the closet. But we don't know.
Oh, look at this transition. Speaking of pulling out a bad outfit out the closet, I want to talk about something that really hits home for this group outside of probably Hatchet and outside of my man John right now because, and we didn't see the OG like we should have. We went out. We had a boys' night out.
Good job.
And boy, it was a night out. We went to dinner, Ocean Prime. Lynch Mob was there as well. A couple of my boys, Rory, Jabari, blah, blah, blah. And I hate going out. I guess can't lie. Part one is because I've been out too many times in my life.
Fact.
And I always rank is tonight going to beat one of them.
Tonight.
And I'm like Darius Slay. Nah, this night ain't going to be elite. So you ain't beating my top 4.
Right. I've had some nights.
I've had some nights.
we
right.
had some nights.
We had some nights. So I'm like, why? And then MJ is sitting there sleeping or, you could be cuddling.
With a cast on his arm.
Yeah. I could just cuddle up with my boy and just wake up early, Then part 2 is like I go out and I know where the key is to the cage to let that lion out. And I always play with that key. And sometimes he unlocks the cage. I'm like, y'all don't need to see him. Go back in there.
Frank the Tank.
Right.
Sometimes he opens the
tank is
cage
out.
like Otis on Andy Griffith. He gets the key himself.
Yeah, I've seen
and
that.
Lets himself
Only
out.
you and I know that old ass reference. But
show
then
that
Back to Andy.
and then you
Griffith.
come
I didn't
right
think about that.
But then you come home and I don't know if you've ever left the country and had a great time, a boys trip, and come back home. Domestic life is something to be used to. But when you get out of training, out of rhythm, I come home like, honey, what? I just went out last night. It was on. I'm not doing nothing today. Right? You got new rules in your head till you get whipped back into shape. I want to know, and this is for Hatchet especially. We got to start with you,
We
Hatchet.
really don't have to. We really
Be
don't.
avoiding-
He be ducking the
Hey,
smoke.
Because it's single and it's married and, non-married, all that stuff. You single or you married.
Right.
You have to get out the game, like the whole game, because I'm out the game. But damn it, I know that there's a game still being played. You like when you go to the gym, you hear them still blowing the whistle. Yeah. I hear them playing right there, and I see it, and I go out sometimes. I'm like, how are you and your happiness, your goals? You ain't got no kids, you ain't got no legacy, you just gonna die and be gone.
No legacy.
Still got time.
You're
I do have a
selfish.
legacy. I
Do you
have a
want to
legacy.
get out the game? Do you think it's smart to get out the
Insecure.
game? You know guys who are out the game but still
In the
in the
game.
game. EA Sports in the
Yeah,
game.
in the
What you feel about it, Hatch?
I am out the game.
And single?
Don't tell me you lost for words now.
Yeah.
He got so much to say about
Don't
everything.
tell me you lost for words right now.
I'm out the game because I don't go out. I don't go out. I don't go out to a club. I don't really like chase. I'm not. I
So
just
you getting chased? You have friends? Are you dating?
that. Well, no.
You ain't out the game.
What are you?
I am out the game because again I'm not chasing like I used to. That's out the
He
game.
be telling the girl.
I know, right? Hey, dog, it's us.
No,
This ain't no 8th grade. Yeah, we hanging out.
Do you edit
is
this?
watching this.
Do you edit this?
I can edit what you want, but I won't.
Then I'm out the game. You're Sally.
All right, let's hypothetically talk about
Hypothetically.
the games out there.
Hypothetically.
Single versus married, what you've seen, experienced, the times you've been in love, if you have.
Yeah. So hypothetically, I think the married dude is always going to want to be part of the singles world. The single dude always going to want to be, I wish I could cuddle with the wife. I wish I could cuddle with my kids. That's going to happen, I think, forever.
Okay.
But I've also seen enough where the married man, it's not something I want to be because I haven't seen somebody who I want to be like as a married man. So I've never seen it. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
about to say, you ain't got no role models?
Damn, dog.
You ain't got no role models?
Zero. Yeah, but again, it's like, and I don't think it has anything to do with the game. It's like, what do you want your life to be like? And I'm happy and content with my life. If you can't come into my life and be part of it and be happy for me and be happy with me, I don't want to mess up my happiness. Like,
Now,
I
what
refuse
part-
to give that
All right,
up.
let's use one side. All right, it sounds like you're speaking from a single side looking at marriage.
Yeah.
And you're like, dog, I love my peace and happiness. What's beautiful about your existence and what sucks?
Oh, what's beautiful, my alone time. I've been on my own since I was 12 years old, right? So I'm used to being alone. So I've had relationships where, I like that you like to be alone, right? We're in the house, and if I go upstairs, you can't follow me upstairs to watch TV. It's my alone time.
Damn, Hatch, you only got one TV.
But I'm saying we got
Barney Miller on.
right.
You can't
We
watch
got
Barney
more
Miller?
than one TV in the house, so don't follow me upstairs. But give me some time. But I've told girls this up front. I go, if there's 365 days in a year, I don't want to see you every day. But I don't. I don't want. I don't.
Reality and
But
like you can lie.
that's who
and
I
still don't
am,
see
though.
us.
Though. But that's who I am. And yet some girls would understand that. Like, yeah, I don't want to be all up under a guy neither. You know what I'm saying? But 365 every day, that's not me. It kind of just irks me, and you'll be up under my skin more than you will like up under me.
Have you had therapy?
Unfortunately,
No.
no.
I can tell.
you got something going
yeah,
on
something with
over
that 12-year-old because we're nothing but our mother, father, and childhood. Something around 12 and raising yourself, being alone.
I love being alone, though. I love it.
I do too, but I love people being around me while I still got my
I don't
own
like
time.
that.
We need a
though.
long distance relationship.
Which ain't a
where
relationship.
Where he go back and forth.
That's a situation.
Yeah. That's a situationship. That's what the kids call it. Come on, who's been in a long distance relationship? How'd that work out?
It didn't.
Man,
Slinging that thing.
the first night I went out and I swerved. First night I went out and was like, all right, I swerved and hit that curb and crashed with it. This ain't my girlfriend. All right. First night it happened. The second night, when she was like, oh, I'm about to go to bed, I said, no, you ain't.
But that's your own insecurities, though.
Because you're only as trusting as you're trustworthy. That's why long distance relationships don't work. Because soon as you get out, you're like, she out too.
Yeah.
Like,
but I've also known
I've
also known the relationships though they've dated for a year, and then when they move in together, they can't stand each other. Yeah. So it's gonna go both ways. Yeah. It just depends on which one you want to choose for you to be happy for a long period of time.
So what sucks before we pass it around?
And
What sucks being single?
Again, the uncertainty of getting older with nobody. Like that's the part that, okay, what if I don't have anybody to go to Applebee's with? You know what I'm saying?
Chill.
Like chilling, right? Like that's the uncertainty of that. But to me, that's still the uncertainty because you can be married today and still have that uncertainty for 5-10 years away anyway.
Oh yeah.
So.
But Hatch, you also know you have options too. So
no, I don't. This is all
your
hypothetical.
Concern for Applebee's at 75 probably isn't the same as Joe Schmo's.
Joe Schmo don't have options. Everybody got a level. It depends on if your expectations are too high for your level.
I see what you're saying. You're right.
I mean, y'all go to like some places. Like you go outside of LA. You ever go to Paris, California? You know, it's kinda
PERRIS.
Yes. It's kinda. It's not LA, right? But you go out there. It's people out there.
Hit a Walmart.
Yeah, you hit a Walmart
or a Target or a Target.
It's always something in there for somebody.
Hey, a Walmart or Target. Oh man, I'm telling you.
Whole Foods.
Oh yeah, so I think everybody got the level. But to your point, are you a little cocky because you're good looking, young, got money?
I'm not cocky. I'm confident.
Confident?
I've been confident all my life. I guess I can walk into any setting and feel that I'm a confident person.
Feeling like the man when I walk through.
Yeah.
Nah, but
all right. You've been divorced, just to kind of set it up, right?
Damn, thanks, man.
Are you gonna cry?
I wasn't gonna get there. But hey, I wasn't gonna get there. But hey, nah, man.
I don't want you to be talking like you married and happy, bro.
Just explain everything.
No, but you've been through it. You've been single, obviously, in the league single. I remember those days. And then married, now divorced. And I've seen you booed up. So talk through your experience.
Nah, like if I could do it all. When I got married. It wasn't the right time. And now that I'm older, mature, and I got married, got divorced, and I've lived a single life, had even more fun. And now I'm at a point where, like now I'm ready to settle down. I don't know if I'm necessarily ready to get married again. I do want to get married again in the future, but I'm ready to settle down and find somebody because I felt like I've done so much. Now I want to build with somebody. I want to show my kids me loving somebody and how you're supposed to do it, and having another good example of a woman around for my daughters too. So I'm to that point where, if I do find the right one, where I'm ready to do it. And another reason why I can say that is because I know what mistakes I made and I know what mistakes I did. Because I wasn't all the way in it.
Damn, you doubled down on that. He said the ones he made and the ones he did.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta be honest.
The ones you
did
made
mistakes.
Yeah, you gotta be honest. You gotta be honest with yourself, and I definitely did. Yeah. But now I'm to the point where I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to make them same mistakes. If I do take that road, and I want to make sure it's right. And I think I'm matured and I've grown over these last.
So you would settle
few
down
years.
and not be married? Like, what's the difference?
No, I'll settle down. And I would settle down, and I wouldn't get married again.
I would get married again. Would, but by settling down, is there a distinction between? Because me, if I were single, I ain't settling down unless she could be my wife. Right. Because if not, I'm keeping these options open. Because
no, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Settle down to somebody to be the wife. To be the wife. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm dating, like right now, I'm not dating nobody to just date right now. If I'm not dating you, I'm not putting my age and where I'm at right now. I'm not putting my time and stuff in there. And especially with me having kids being so difficult, right? I'm not bringing nobody around my kids. I don't think I could marry them and be a long term with them.
How old are you?
28.
You ain't want to show his age?
No, I'm 41.
Big ass sugar mama.
No, I'm 41.
This cougar.
I'm 41.
Cougar.
I'm 41. God damn. Hey, bro, we about to have a one-on-one in a second, though. Because since we started this, I have lost a lot of weight since we started this fucking show, and you be on me like I'm the same
BP, you look
big,
great.
Big dude. I still got something for you, too. I still got something for you. Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean. Did you hear me earlier, Mr. Clean?
Oh, yeah,
I was just saving that, Mr. Clean. And he made sure he stopped the camera too.
Mr. Butterworth. We
We
love you. We know you losing weight. That's why we clown it. If you were really fat, we
say that earlier.
We can't joke you if you really fat because that's not really funny.
You know, ever since remember our gravy conversation, and I had the lip coat this morning for about 50 minutes too. You know.
Now this conversation is really gonna take some twists and turns now because I'm looking at 4 individuals here, knowing their lives. Lord, let me hear it. Single versus married. The life. Married man.
I think it depends what stage in life you are. So by the time I chose to get married, I felt like
When did you get married? What year? How old?
2017. So I was 32.
Too young.
Something like that.
Too young. Who said that? Too young.
I mean, so I felt like I ain't playing the league, but I felt like I had played in the league up to that point. Like I lived the life.
Son.
Yeah, I lived the life.
You live.
And my wife
They
was
know my
actually
name in these
around during the time I was living that life.
Your wife was what?
She was around. Like we weren't together. We was cool.
I thought you said she got around. I was like,
No.
Tupac, I get
She wouldn't be the
around.
wife now. She was.
what?
So
No
it's cool.
It's getting worse and worse though. Like the
kinda
more
getting worse.
episodes we're getting,
He's getting real
worse and
comfortable.
worse.
He getting
I
real
was raised by
comfortable.
my grandma too, man. My grandma's
At
stupid.
first I was big. Today
It's
I
cool.
was
I'm
fat.
blessed.
Like wow, it's just,
Yeah.
It progressed.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
progressed.
I'm like
Yeah.
man.
But
love y'all.
at that point, I was like, I just wanted stability. Like I was tired of.
Did you want her to, or just stability?
Well,
Because
I mean,
sometimes people
that's
get married.
different.
I mean,
They don't care what it look like.
It had to be the right person
No,
for
I
me to
get it.
want that stability.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
'Cause
want too, and somebody I could trust.
Yeah, I could have just kept
Yeah.
dipping and
Ping pong.
Yeah, but I was like, she the right person. She had a good head on her shoulders, and like I had known her for a long time. I know. I was waiting. I know.
If
I
I
know.
were who y'all said I was, I had one.
I
right
thought
there.
somebody was gonna do it. I thought somebody was gonna do it, but
I'll
they
let
left
you
it.
live. I'll let you live.
I was waiting
I'll
for
let
it.
you
I'm like,
live.
somebody about as
Go
soon as I
ahead,
said it, somebody
buddy.
gonna go off.
ahead.
I didn't say that one. I
Right.
let that one go.
Nah,
It'll
but
be hallowed ground too. So.
Yeah,
yeah, it's true.
yeah.
It's safe territory. Right?
Wow. So how
yeah.
long you been married now?
7 years.
7
yeah.
years. Like, is it?
Oh, you only been married 7 years.
No, this divorced
Yeah,
ass over there. He's like, oh, you just wait
only-
for it.
It's coming.
Oh, it's coming.
It's coming.
But
Oh,
yeah,
see,
he's on the
I let
topic.
you live.
My bad.
Now you coming for me.
Let me
He's
ask
on the topic.
you. Let me ask you
He's on the topic
some.
list. He
Let
like,
me.
oh shit, we got
He had to walk back in the house with that one.
to.
He was looking at the top of the list on the way to the car. Like, oh shit.
I'm glad we talk about that though, because I feel like that's a
Reach in his little
conversation.
pocket.
I feel like it's a conversation with itself. Do you
go.
feel like you have to wear your ring all the time?
No.
Because my wife is not like that. She's not. I do know
She
some
doesn't wear
wives.
her ring all the time.
She don't press me either. Like that's not a big deal to her. But I do know some wives that's like,
No, I
if
lost.
their man ain't wearing their ring,
Look
it's
at
a
my ring.
problem.
I got this ring on Amazon. It's 3 for like $9.99.
I've
'Cause
lost like 3 of them.
I had to
I
do
lost
that
my
too.
real ring too.
I've lost.
Why are you
Hey,
taking your ring off, though?
Wherever D Lyman messed up
You don't
his
wear it
finger,
everywhere.
Thank you.
Where'd you lose yours? Do you even know?
To work out.
I lost one when I was in the airport.
Why you take it off in the airport?
Cause I don't know, just natural. Like you take off the stuff going through TSA. It's a
I don't
natural
know.
thing. I just put my phone,
That,
take everything
that
off.
sounds like a lie.
Hey, I lost
It's the
my,
truth.
I lost mine in Colombia. I don't know what
That's
I was doing.
definitely a lie.
I know why you lost it in Colombia.
University
though.
of the country.
Brazil.
Hey, the
I know
University
why.
of the country.
Nah. What happened to wet snitch?
Brazil.
He
Brazil.
ain't want to snitch on that one, though, right?
I don't know where I lost it. No, actually, I lost my ring in this house somewhere, literally. But I got 3 kids.
That's a
so
flex.
You stupid. That's a flex.
That's 12,000 square
Yeah,
feet.
it's
we're
a
talking
lot-
about.
it's a lot of
You'll
square
never find
footage.
it. You'll never find it. You'll never find it.
You'll never find.
No, but my wife, I want her to wear hers all the time because I know what a ring does to me as a man. Like when I see a ring, I'm like, all right, she married. Leave
Leave her
her.
You
alone.
think?
Yeah.
Leave her
I know people plenty that think the opposite.
I think like that though.
No,
If
I think
see
that
her
way, even though I know she probably is fine and don't want to be bothered, so she wearing a ring too.
No,
I
I'm
know
talking
people
about
fake
guys. I know guys that see the ring and
They go
it's
in.
fake.
yeah, they going for it.
No, I just not even karma. It's just like
bad.
that's how you get killed. like if I mess
Steve
with
Smith
your
Senior.
married wife, your
you
wife,
bringing bad
I'm getting
juju.
shot at.
Yeah, you
I
bringing
just don't
bad
even think it's gonna end well. Like,
Is
nah,
it his fault or her fault though?
I don't give a fuck if I'm dead. Like,
No,
I
I'm
got shot
saying.
up tomorrow. Oh yeah, it
I'm
was
saying
this
you blaming
bad.
the girl for that or the guy?
I don't care.
Okay.
Flatline. I'm gone. But I'm always.
What happened to So?
So what?
Yeah, what happened to So?
Oh, you married? So I'm not gonna holler at your ass.
See how you switching around?
Mama.
Grandma. I think that way, but I want my wife to wear it because I think like it's a good deterrent for some dudes, not
For
all
most,
dudes.
yeah,
And
most.
two, you put so much value in it because if you would let me get the ring I wanted to get you.
I agree with you on that.
It may not have been that one, you know, whatever that is. So
Some
come on,
coins.
come on, divorced man. And you were married for how long?
I was married for 20 years.
Oh, that's real.
Until Steph Curry
And
got in the league.
remember
that?
Until Steph got his fourth ring.
And we dated for like 3 years before that.
Okay.
So it was long. It was a long journey.
23 years.
Yeah. Well, how do you not finish that? I mean,
Journey.
if you that far down the road,
Yeah,
you're
why?
going to see the wizard.
Yeah,
you're
y'all
going to
should be
get
just sleeping in separate
your
beds and
heart.
shit.
Right.
Y'all got separate rooms and shit. 2 masters.
Yeah, like my thing is like there's a divorce period. Like, okay, 5 years, 7 years, I get it. But 20, like y'all just can't chalk it up to the game. Be like, we sticking all the way through. What erodes a 20-year marriage?
Time. And it's always the reps that get you. Right? So like I started a running group during COVID and we were running sprints. Right? Everybody can come out and run sprints the first day. It's the second day. It's the third day. It's the third week.
Yeah.
It's the reps that get you. And we're both very strong-willed. We both have very strong opinions, very, very smart. And we grew apart with the reps. And we're very good friends right now. We drove back together from Berkeley over the weekend. We were up there. We do things together. I mean, it was fine.
Down the highway.
But you know, look,
Kendall, no.
and we're
Think about it. She ain't rub that head.
no,
She ain't rub that head, baby.
hey, dude.
Hey, baby, you know I like you rub my head, baby. Hey, rub my head while I drive, baby.
But we get along better now than we have in a bunch of years.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
That's wild.
Because that kind of plays into what he's saying, though. So you said y'all are divorced now, but y'all are really cool. Y'all hanging out, driving together, all of that. So being that y'all still have that relationship, y'all couldn't just...
Mash all the way
No,
through.
because
What was lost or
because we were able to refine that friendship when we didn't have to listen to each other and hear each other every day. Like you guys were pro football players. You never had the same coach for 20 years.
Yeah.
That message would get old and it would get tiresome. And after a certain point, you stop listening to it and you might hold a grudge against the person giving you that same message over and over and over. That's what it kind of became. And now that we don't have to deal with each other on a daily and on every single decision in each life and every second of each life, we have been able to refine being friends.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The therapist in me that doesn't exist is going to come out and say this. Coach to us relationship is a one of authority. They're talking to us, right? Rarely do they talk with us, you know, and we understand that, right? But in a marriage, if you get off of talking with them and talking to or being talked to, then I understand why these become bad reps. But where does your dynamic shift? Because if you can still be that cool with somebody and you were just married to them, something was void married to them. Was it the dynamic? Like you weren't listening or you were just...
Yeah, we both stopped listening. And we both started digging in. And that's what I tell...
Resentment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
In 23 years of being together, there's a whole lot of water that goes underneath that fucking bridge.
Yeah.
And after a while,
Shit, at the 10.
you know, it's right. Like, you know, you go to therapy and they'll tell you first 7 years is the breaking point. And most people don't come out of it into the 8th year.
Yes,
So
I'm a
we
10.
almost tripled
10?
it, right? And we raised 2 great kids and who are thriving and doing great in the world. And
did it hurt the kids even though they were older?
Oh, for sure.
It still did, huh?
Of course it did.
And-
but
yeah.
we both wanted to be able to give them better versions of ourselves than we were able to give when we were together.
I love that.
And we are doing that. And I think our kids can see that. Like, they can see she's happier and they can see I'm happier. And we're not at war at all. There's nothing to be at war about. We've
You maxed out. You maxed out the relationship.
Yeah, we maxed it out, and what was happening it was depreciating returns from that point.
Are you scared you just sold your kids a message that being single is better?
Right.
No,
That's my fear.
No,
of
I'm
like,
not, because I don't.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, we were married for 20 years. We were together for 23 years. That's a win.
But
But to get on that,
That's
point,
a-
too,
that's a
kids-
win.
Is it though?
To get on that though,
Yeah.
the kids got to see you happy too, because that was one of the things with me. I could have stayed, but I was miserable, and she was miserable, and my kids had to see me happy.
That's right.
So
And they
you're
gotta see
miserable
happy
at
daddy.
times.
yeah.
Oh, we were completely
You were
miserable,
miserable
at times.
Yes, I was.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's why I don't want to get married.
But it's episodic.
Not for everybody.
But I'm not. I'm never gonna be miserable with just me.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Miserable right now.
I wish I was. I'm not. I'm
You
not.
have bad moods.
Had bad moods, but when
Look,
they
yeah,
say
listen,
miserable,
You
it
should hear how your
sounds like they
quarterback.
was
You
like-
should hear how your quarterback.
This is
I
talk.
was ready. I was ready.
This is why they always have witnesses in court, and this is why they always have the counter testimony. He said, using his words, "I messed up. I made the mistakes. I was miserable." Now, which came first? You know, was it the misery that made you go, "I'm gonna blow this thing up," or was it like, "Yo, I'm not happy," or "I'm gonna blow this"?
Somebody's making me miserable, and now I'm going to blow it.
Yeah, because let me talk from my experience a little quick, because I got to hear them in the back. I love love, and I've always
do.
loved love.
I do.
Like,
I love loving.
I love love.
Knowing they appreciate it. And
yeah.
back.
But I know I'm not
But it's
perfect
gotta be real love.
in love, and I have not been perfectly loved. And it's a weird negotiation, because I don't know where you draw the line of. I've said before, "Oh, this relationship sucks." Then I look back, I'm like,
Does it
"Well,
really?
Did it really?
Right.
Couldn't I have turned that corner? Couldn't I, coach? Couldn't I have moved my hips and made that play? Instead,
Right.
I just was stubborn and playing too high, and I didn't make that play." And even being married 10 years, man, like you said, water under the bridge. There's times where I'm talking to my wife, and I'm like, I'm not here. I'm talking about what I wanted last week, what I'm thinking about will happen by the results of this conversation, and you're just not even fluid no more. You're just kind of rigid. And that's 10 years into it.
Right. And see, what once you make that move, if you've done stuff that you shouldn't have done, or and I don't mean like cheating, I mean just taking a bad angle. You know what I mean? Taking a bad tact in a discussion, right? That it may go away, but it ain't going away.
It ain't going right. Honey, I need you to help me with this. Yeah, wait a second.
Yeah, that shit, all that shit adds
wait.
up, right? It all adds up over time, right? So it's the reps that get you. It's not being married that get you. It's the reps of being married, the daily.
The bad reps, not the good reps.
It's the bad reps.
Didn't the good
that
reps
get
help?
you. Yeah, they help. They keep you in there.
Damn.
They keep you in there, but the worst part about it is what Hatch was saying is the best part and the worst part are the same thing. The piece of it all and being on your own is the best part about it, because you make your decisions, you live your life the way you want to live your life. But that also means at 10 o'clock at night, you may be sitting there in front of the TV and your house is deathly quiet. And that's what I had to deal with. Like, it was like the quiet was so loud.
The quiet is so loud.
Being quiet can be fucking loud.
Yeah.
And it was disturbing. You know what I mean? Because all right, my girls are off to college.
I love quiet.
My wife is now my ex-wife. She ain't walking through the door. And you're sitting there like, oh, shit, I'm really alone right now.
Hey, Outkast got a verse for that. They say Friday nights are tight, Saturday just makes it old. Winter nights are hot enough to warm your soul that's growing old. And that's basically like, yo, it's fun. It's up when it's up. When it's down, god dang, Wednesday nights suck, huh?
Yeah,
Like,
it can. But
another MASH rerun.
Yeah.
Like, dang, man.
MASH.
Turn the TV off.
You said you were miserable towards the end or whatever, and then after y'all found yourselves, the first time you saw her with another guy, how did you feel?
He ain't seen that.
I
yet.
haven't seen her.
I
with
knew
the
that
guy.
He wouldn't be happy with her.
But how would you feel?
He wouldn't be like,
I was gonna say,
I got
23 years, and then
Can you
you
drop
see
me
it
off
with
at the
somebody
airport?
else, you might feel away.
You know what?
yeah.
And she hasn't seen me with a girl. So what I want her to be happy. I really do. I know the era of me and her together is over. And it's not coming back.
Damn.
And I'm not one to look in the rearview mirror. I've never been one to redate people I dated before. It's just not me.
I think she's an exception if she is.
Well, she is, but
I mean, if you change the rules for this one, we'll let it slide. We'll understand.
yeah, of course it would be understandable, but it wouldn't be particularly wise.
Right.
Because it's just like you have your I'm in a family of 4 kids, right? No matter what happens in the world, when we get back together, you still fall into the line of what your hierarchy and what the relationship
big sis.
was,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that would happen again if we got back together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
still
can't
be getting beat.
That shit would still be popping up. Right.
Because we're
right.
wired.
So,
our brains are wired.
yeah,
Right?
so I want
Yeah.
her to be happy. I'm sure she's dating somebody, I don't, or multiple, whatever it is. But she deserves that.
You can look
And
into
I'm
that
cool with
reality,
that.
acknowledge that reality. Yeah,
Yeah,
it happens.
I'm very cool with
Okay,
it.
good.
I really am. The only people I ever worry about now are the kids. That's it.
Well, no, that's not fair, and that's not right. But people say that all the time, and I understand. But the one who gave you the opportunity to even have those kids, I gotta slap myself a lot because I always put my kids first, and I tell my wife that, and then I'll be like, "But I wouldn't even have this without you." And two, biblical, whatever you want to go. You got to pay respects to her first, because if not, the resentment will be huge. There have been times I'm in great moods around my kids. Soon my wife come in, I'm like, because I didn't put her first. Like, but if I treated her like the that I have for MJ and the kids, then it's gonna be okay. Only thing I want to say is just stubbornness. Someone told me this. They said, like, we're wired. Our brains are wired, and the stubbornness you feel or the misery you feel is when something new comes your way and you got to rewire. And to rewire, you ever like DJs and like us and all this, these cords get tangled? That's harder than just to unwrap them, right? Mm-hmm. So you didn't want to go through the detangling process. She didn't want to go through the detangling process. Then you finally get into situations where you don't have that connection. And now you see clearly what you guys really are, which is 2 people who probably still love each other, but just got tangled up, man.
Right. And we did detangle the cords.
You didn't.
And then they retangled.
Got to change your default settings.
You know, cords. You go to the next gig, your cords might get tangled up again. We did therapy. We did all of that.
But I think that's why I want to do it again, because I want to learn from my mistakes. I want to be able to do it right. I don't know if that's that athlete in me, because I failed at something. I want to make sure I want to do it right. But I wasn't always like that. I wasn't even always like that. When I first got divorced, I'm not getting married again. I'm not ever getting. I just recently really got to that feeling and got back thinking like that, because I wasn't for a minute. I wasn't for a minute, but I kind of do want to. If I do it right, it's a lot of things I'm gonna do different.
And see, I've only been divorced for about a year. So it's
you had
fresh.
you a good little trip. Where'd y'all stay when y'all got back from the little trip? Where'd y'all stay? Y'all stay in the same hotel out there where y'all share a room? Hold on,
I will say this: the way I look at it now is like the world is my oyster. So I'm not trying to jump back into something with somebody, because there's a whole lot of somebodies all over the world. And now that it's open, why in the world would I be quick to the draw? You know what I mean? There's
the draws. That's what you have with it now.
Isn't that the point of trying to be married? So again, it sounds like you don't want to be married.
Not for a good long while.
He's a year out though. So
I know, but
I'm 9 years. I'm 9 years
It just sounds
divorced.
like somebody who was married, who experienced everything great about marriage. You sound like you don't want to ever be married again. So why would I?
Don't put that into him, because that's you, Matthew.
That's what it sounds like.
Don't want to be married again.
Would you
He
get married
never
again?
said that. He has never said that. Yeah, 'cause you're putting that in this.
It would be possible, but it's gonna be a while.
Man, he get
It's
him a little
gonna be a
fine
while.
little. He
I'm
get
gonna
him a
have
little
to- I'm
fine
gonna
little young
Yeah.
tenderoni.
I'm
He
gonna
get
have
him a
to
little
see a
fine little
whole-
young tenderoni that got a tennis club you know what I'm saying, membership. Shit, get your ass back out there swinging that. Hey, baby, hey. Wearing them skirts, them tennis skirts make me weak too. She got that little tennis skirt on, swinging that thing, man. I bet you be out there back chasing that working. Shit, you gonna rethink that.
DP, I can't say you wrong.
Right,
Rethink everything.
Just, how long you been married?
As far as like even thinking about somebody new seriously.
How long you been married?
I've been 2 years.
2 years.
2 years. We started dating in 2016. So
Oh, I think we've been together for
off and on.
Yeah.
We broke up. What do you say? What?
That rookie wall. You ain't hit that wall yet.
I mean, I've known her for 8 years, or even actually longer.
When you married
I met her in 2011, actually. But we broke up off and on for a couple years. I remember one time me and you were out and we broke up. And yeah,
hanging out with you.
But look, I know where that key at.
Right. But look,
California smash your relationship.
hey, but we used to, and this is peak us going out, hanging out, and we had Sayers. And he looked at me and he was like, man, you done messed up. And I was like, damn, he tell me I messed up? Like,
hilarious.
I'm a good friend, y'all. I'm a good friend. Such a good friend. I'm going to tell you, you ain't got a while. You talking about you got a while. Maybe in a while I'll get back together or get married. You ain't got that much time, OG.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
One thing we got to start doing is stop expecting things that are not guaranteed. Like, I think we all fall guilty of that. You wake up like, oh yeah, next week and this, and it just borrows from your appreciation. I don't know if it robs it. It just, you ain't got a fullness. Like, you're really supposed to be in these moments. Like, I do a lot of yoga. Y'all can't tell because I still walk like this, but I'm getting there. But in yoga and all these practices is just to get you into the moment, to the present, to the gift, to being in tune. Then you won't have resentment because you don't have time to think about all the problems. You start thinking about, man, this woman is good to me, and damn it, I could be good to her. I have my best conversations with my wife when I'm in the shower, and she's nowhere to be found. I'm always like thinking like, I don't know if I'm the only one. I'm like, okay, I can answer that one better next time. All right, this time I'm doing it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go apologize. And then I see her, I'm like, what's up? I ain't got none of that. Oh, that shit washed away. That shit washed away with the water. I ain't got nothing for you.
It's in your conscience, though. It's in your conscience.
It's in here.
It'll come out at some point.
Yeah.
But doesn't it have to come out in a certain time?
Right.
I'm hoping.
Because else you'll end up
break the relationship.
being divorced
You're
if you
going
don't
like
come
this.
out at a certain time.
Right. Freud calls it your id.
Your id, right.
I'll say this, Hatch. You said something earlier about that you're in a good space, and it sounds like you're in a space where you like love yourself and love your life. That's when it's going to happen, because like you can't really give somebody your all until you 100% love yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then what the thing is, when you attract what you are, and you'll find somebody who is at the point where they love themselves too, that they can give you, and it's not even about giving, it's about like this meshing together.
Yep.
So I got hope for you, man. I think it'll come more sooner than you think.
You don't have to use the word hope for me like I'm a cancer patient, but thank you. I appreciate that.
One of these mamas gonna come steal hatch.
Make a wife. You got a make a wife campaign going.
One of these mamas gonna come steal hatch.
Yeah.
One of these mamas gonna come steal
Hatch ain't
hatch.
getting married. Let's just go there.
Subconsciously, do you think that when certain ones have gotten too close to you, that you push them off because you felt that?
I think everybody has sabotaged their relationships when they don't really want to be in the relationship. Again, it's not saying that was the right one, but I could have sabotaged it because the timing wasn't good. Right when I was playing, there was nobody I was gonna marry. It was not gonna happen.
None of them.
It wasn't gonna happen. It could have been Halle Berry, J-Lo. It was not gonna happen because I wasn't ready. Right, I'm focused on my career. That's all that mattered. Right, but then after that, you start seeing some of the same qualities in some people. Like, okay, that she would make a good wife. Right, she would make a good mom. All those things you see, but then maybe some other things might detour the relationship from going further.
Yeah. Well, I don't like my head coach is single, so you better hurry up and get your shit straight. I don't like my head coach in them streets. Okay.
I'm not in the streets. I'm not in the streets.
What's my boy name? That was in Oregon. He coached me at Columbia. God, I'm blanking. The big time.
Ogeron?
Chip Kelly.
Chip
Kelly. He's married now. But
now, yeah.
He was single for a
Belichick
while.
back in them streets.
Yeah, Chip. Boy.
Big.
Boy.
He got
Chip Kelly was in them streets. Yeah.
like Yeah.
He recruited me at Columbia.
Bill ain't mad.
I love that story because it's like, damn, Chip Kelly was at Columbia. Yeah. Who you got, John? You married, right?
19 years.
Wow.
Oh,
That's awesome.
it's almost there.
awesome.
Uh-oh, you better look out.
Almost there.
The Big
yeah.
20.
No, it's a roller coaster. It's waves, right? And it's like your seasons. I always see it as I was the player and I was playing the game, having fun, and then I was ready to retire. And I wasn't ready to retire. I wanted to go into coaching. Right, and so now you got all the players in the field, and you're going to help them out. If you're that, coach,
We call that a pimp.
Yeah, well, exactly. But if you're that coach that wants to get back on the field and play
Gator.
still,
Player coach.
then you got to watch out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, then you don't get married.
No.
I was ready just to buckle
it
down, coach. But I learned a shit ton while coaching because, I mean, yeah, you figure out who that one is. You got the foundation. You've got the core of what you are. Like she said, there's some rules you set, like no cheating. Like that was a big
that's
thing
a
for
rule?
her. Big thing for her. Big thing
Not
for her.
for everybody
because her
nowadays.
family, what it went through with her dad cheating and all that, and it's like what it did to her.
She told you couldn't cheat?
Well, it's
The
that would've been-
reason
that would be-
behind it.
That was me saying, no way. That's that's gonna
deal's off.
break. You don't even want to go there.
Yep.
Like that is a
That's
that's a
yeah,
wound
you
that
can't do that.
I see what it did to her.
Yeah.
So,
Damn, that's good.
but you go through waves, and I think one of the biggest things. So it's 19 years, and you're like these 7 years. You have highs and lows. You evolve as like you have kids. I've got a 12 and 14-year-old. Now my wife's doing well and is the breadwinner and working, and I'm working for her. But I used to be the breadwinner and doing that, and
great
things
marriage.
evolved, and so I'm supporting her in what she wants to do. But what we've done is we've both identified our weaknesses, and we've identified our strengths. And so the things, and we have our core of what we love to do, travel. You got to identify those. We laugh together, have fun. We both have similar values, but it's those differences. She's a spender. I'm a saver.
Okay.
I'm never going to fucking stop her from spending. Like, and so I've got to figure it out and balance it. And I can't put all my rules on her and keep telling her what to do because she's just going to get annoyed with me and I'm going to end up in Richie's
Great
situation.
point.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
Damn.
but now there's still always issues with that, but it's a balance. It's this balance, and it's helping teach the kids that we still have to show each other love, and it's evolved. But then I think one of the biggest things that people don't realize is menopause, because she was a fucking beast, like monster. She was a monster at times, and it came on earlier. It's in her early 40s, so people don't realize that what they're going through can wreak havoc. And you see a lot of divorces happen around that time,
Right, great
and
point.
you don't realize
Very
it.
true.
It's the high flashes. It's a whole list of stuff that comes with that.
It
We're
is.
all-
and,
yeah.
and if I said it's
And you
hormone,
can't.
you can't.
You cannot say anything.
Then she comes on beast mode.
You
can't talk. No, you can't.
We're all a big bag of
You gotta be
hormones.
supportive.
True.
You gotta be
So
supportive.
she's talking more about that to women and saying, hey, look, just chill out, and saying for the men, it's not always just your husband. Look inside, and he's like, go get hormone therapy. Go do whatever you need to do. Fix yourself.
Yeah, let's lock in on being the husband that's not the breadwinner, which is atypical, right? And it's not the norm. How does that change the power dynamics? I know for athletes, the day you get drafted, all of a sudden you look at everyone differently because they've looked at you differently, right? And so you, in a weird way, I never disrespected my dad. I never undermined my dad, but I was the man of the family because everybody, all decisions were coming through. Go ask Teddy Bear. Teddy Bear got it. Teddy Bear knows somebody. And I was like, damn. Like,
Teddy Bear.
yeah, it was weird before that. So for you, it seems like now does some things go to her that used to go to you? How are you dealing with this?
No, we still are a team. Everything, our personalities hadn't changed. She's doing what she loves, though, and she hadn't been doing what she loved. She loved, and I've been doing what I love, and I found a way to do what I love for her. To actually bring her up.
It's a great partnership.
And it's like Walt Disney and his brother, right? You don't know who the brother is because he wasn't the one out in front. I'm letting her be out in front. I'm doing all the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
And take care of that. So so that's the way it plays. And yeah, we've had rough times, but we've learned there's always been that core there. And yeah, you got to look inside yourself. If you're not looking at yourself going, what can I do different and better? Because y'all have to improve. It's a relationship going forward.
It sounds like a great relationship at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's a great relationship.
Yeah. And it's not easy, but being single is not easy either, right?
But single is easier than married because I can't escape marriage. Yeah. Like today, oh, forget this. I'm tired.
Yeah, but if I'm single, I can't just be married.
But single, like if I have a bad day single, okay, it's measured. It's almost like you don't get as much out of it and you don't get as much pain, love and pain, right? Because sharing the existence, like winning a championship as a team is like, whoa. And then winning a day with your wife is like, oh, this is the best thing. That's why I signed up. And then a bad day with your wife is like, yo, fuck, this is the worst shit ever. But a bad day by myself, I'm like, man, I'm just bored. You know what I mean? Man, I'm just tired.
So you can simulate marriage. You can't simulate single if you're married.
True statement.
You can simulate marriage.
Because you can have a boo, you can have a girlfriend, you can have somebody over, you can almost simulate the perspective and the feeling superficially, but you can simulate it. You can't. There's never a day being married where you can actually be single.
Right.
Not fully.
Right.
Not and stay married.
That's right.
Not find the key.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No.
Never.
But then you abbreviate. So there's single is like, to me, it's almost like you don't get the top 10% of what life can offer you, which is if you do it by intention, like deep investment in somebody, that deep of love, the kids, unless you want, I got a baby mama, so I know you can do it that way. But if you're married, it's like you get a higher high and a lower low, but you get it all. Single is like you're going to stay in this like real safer space, which is I really care, but tomorrow I'm going to care about somebody else. And then tomorrow it's going to suck.
That's not the definition of single, though. You can't just say I'm going to care about somebody else. You can care about the same person.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to.
But can you care about somebody that you just are dating the same as your wife?
Absolutely. The ring,
really?
In 2025, the physical ring or the physical papers don't really mean as what it meant 50 years ago.
But it's not that.
You got to care about, you got to have a feelings and to care about her if you want to make her your wife, right? You got to have those feelings before you make them the wife, don't you? Or do you just get them feelings once you're married?
No.
Nothing should change after you get married.
Yeah, you should have those feelings before leading up to it. But then you should have those type of feelings leading up to, that's why you want to marry her, right? You feel what I'm saying?
I know, exactly. But the thing is that I'm saying is, there's no one that I felt as the same as my wife. Therefore, that's why I didn't marry him.
Right.
So I know everyone says it's just a ring and it's just a ceremony. I was like, yeah, and that's something I didn't do with nobody else. So that means it must mean something. And
absolutely. And,
yeah,
and I'm like Justin. I lived a hell of a life before I got married. Yeah, and I met my wife, and she was just a total badass. And I was like, I'm with her. And I want her to help me raise my kids, and yada 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 yada. But so you definitely go through that, and nobody is gonna make you feel that same way. But you can have the companionship if you want to when you're single. You can't have singleness when you're married. There's just no way to do that.
I think married, you can do everything you can single except cheat.
Well, that's a big deal. That's a big part of it.
But
especially when it's not cheating.
But is that? But I mean, but then single. But the thing I didn't like about single, see, I was single different. I guess I wasn't. If I'm single, I'm single. Like I ain't got. I'm not booed up.
Right.
Like do not come over. This is not. You're all renting. Like this is rental.
You
right.
Better call first.
Right.
Don't just pull up.
Yeah. Because I got jaded and thinking they were doing the same thing. Like I'm like, look, single. Like you want to put a name on this? You want to put you my girl? I'm your man. Then we gonna talk that. But if we not talking that, we ain't talking about nothing,
Period.
right?
Right.
So then nobody in that world is even wife-like. I wouldn't be. All right, girl. I'll talk to you later. Oh, what's up? Like I'm thinking y'all disqualified.
But everybody ain't like you.
That's what I'm asking. That's why everybody ain't here looking like me, right?
Yeah, but
For you, and it might be personal. You don't have to answer for you.
They all personal. What do you mean?
Because you brought up, like, you was like, yeah, I had a baby mama. We talking about single and married and all of that. When you got married, did it affect the relationship with you and your first child's mother?
No.
Sometimes
it did not.
that kicks in.
Yeah, it did not because it was already dead. I'm stopping. Like you couldn't revive it and kill it again. Like no, no, it didn't actually. My wife is amazing with her. We and her already went through our like, most of the times you battle with your baby mama is because one of you guys want each other and you don't know how to get it back. So there you take it out on the kid in the process. Yeah, it's just like hurt feelings. It's the worst time to do a negotiation. Like you literally had a baby and you both are euphoric, and then you're like, oh, but I don't want to be with you, or vice versa. And then it's like, okay, well, let's come to terms on an agreement. Like, nah, that agreement sucks. Like, I don't care what. The process sucks. So we went through that process and we were good after that. So by the time my wife came around, my daughter was like 14, 15. So,
but and the thing is, I always ask my other divorced friends, like, what are you arguing with your ex about? What is there what is there left to argue about? And not really. I mean, it's after a certain point.
There's nothing. It's an ego. It's ego at that point.
Sometimes people walk up on you, you just got to answer them.
You know what I mean?
Like sometimes I'll ignore, and if I'm like, all right, but fuck, I got like shit. Like, I ain't gonna stop till you. Like,
well, why are you ignoring it?
Because I don't
especially
have,
when you know that if you
respond.
don't ignore it, it's gonna it'll be all
because
right.
I don't have to give them that time of day and give them my attention. I make
that's why she divorced you.
Make them take stress into
the mid sentences, the long ass pause.
14 years in the league, you know. Shit.
She's like, "Are you here?"
Shit.
I said, "Help."
Yeah, but I gotta say,
blanks pop
once
up
you're
all the
married,
time.
You're married with a family. Like my father-in-law passed away last year, and my mother-in-law, first thing we went and got her. She's living with us. She's lived with us for over a year, and it's like I knew that going into a relationship. When you get married, you're gonna figure out how to take care of them, right?
Right, and so, my ex's parents or mom and stepdad are still my in-laws. That's never going to change. We were together 23 years.
Just don't be coming over here as much.
Well, no, but and you know
exactly.
they're getting older. They're getting older, and they have health issues, and we talk about how to deal with it. And, you know how to, and I'm happy to help her, and she's happy to help me. My 90-year-old mom is out here, still her mom. You know what I mean? It's if you had such a big bond for so long and shared so much, you're not gonna. It would be stupid to just throw that all away over your ego and my ego and our hurt feelings and all of that. There's a way to work all of that out and be an adult and move on and still work in harmony.
Man, I love that.
And I'll say this real quick. It's like we were talking about like what changes at the wedding. Like it doesn't for me. It didn't change at the wedding. It changed when I asked her to marry me. Like when I asked that question in front of her and her family. Like that's when it changed. And I felt the protector come over me. You know what I mean? Like the wedding was just like the for her, really. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
But like I got married the day I asked her to be my wife. You know what I mean? And what made me secure enough to ask her to be my wife is she looked at me and said that she sees me. I ain't never had nobody say I see you, like flaws and all.
Gotcha, bitch.
Damn.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah. Well, let's end there because she see
say
you.
it again. Say it again.
Yeah, I see you, baby.
I see you,
If you grew up where I grew up, you have seen a lot of people seeing you, cuz.
glad she didn't say that.
Everybody see you. We see everything, homie, where I'm from. All right, that'll do it for episode 16 on the rocks. The toughest part about being married is just projecting how ugly you gonna look, and even worse, like we just gonna be ugly. I'm like 80 years. I'm like, you ever see some old ass couples? I'm like, man, they still together. Like, do I lose the ambition to just? But when you're single, you know you can re-up. You can Bill Belichick it. Like, you know.
we all do that projection.
Dog, that projection, I'm like, she ain't gonna want me either. All right, that's episode 16. Peace, y'all.
16.